And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And, you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert. And this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone he coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a mite or a squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And lo and behold, we can learn things to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
You can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out and separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special, special man.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday afternoon here across the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. We're glad to have you here with us as we provide our live watch-along and reactions to NXT's latest premium live event, as they being the stars of NXT, of course, have descended upon Sin City and the UFC Apex. It is time for Battleground from NXT, and I am, of course, the man whose name is momentarily, it'll be there, going to be on the marquee. There it is. I am Jeff Meacham. Good to see everybody. Again, thank you for joining us, whether you are watching us live as Battleground happens or on demand later. I got no preference. I prefer you watching live because live is the best experience, but I ain't your papa. I ain't going to tell you what to do. Anyway, joining me today for our coverage of NXT Battleground in Las Vegas, as Peacock goes live with their countdown, we get a shot of the strip, Las Vegas Boulevard.
I appreciate it when you resent that. Thank you.
Okay, so Walter's unmuted, apparently. Good to know. Joining us, since he already outed himself as being here, we'll go ahead and bring everybody in at once. Screw it. It's okay. Noah Foster, of course, is here, our play-by-play man, second to none in the industry. I will fight that battle and die on a hill for it. But joining us today, as he do, because he is reliable and because our NXT color commentator, our regular commentator, is on the clock at his real-life job, we have Mr. Reliable himself, Walter Cruz. Noah, Walter, welcome. And we are just about an hour away from the start of Battleground coming up in Las Vegas. Noah, how are you feeling as we get closer and closer to this premium live event?
TNA has crossed the line to WWE as we have NXT and TNA collide to see if a takeover might ensue prior to possibly Worlds Collide from the fight capital of the world, as we not only go underground as well in Battleground. Tonight is going to be a very newsworthy show. I'm looking very forward to tonight's special WWE level PLE presented by NXT. History to be made on so many fronts. We got MMA fighting. We got a new championship to be crowned. As you see, Roxanne Perez, our current NXT Women's Champion, coming into the building. And she said that she will stop at nothing to make sure that she holds on to her title. She faced her greatest threat, the TNA Knockouts Champion. There you see herself, Big Mama Pump, Jordan Grace, the juggernaut, the leader of the best women's division right now on the Western Front, the Knockouts. And we also got somebody from the Red Corner District, but who the hell cares? So it's going to be a very special night. So I'm looking very forward to all of this. I'm really excited for this show. And for Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy's going to do one of two things. She's going to prove
Don't talk,
the promise to the name, or she's going to find out tonight what she truly may be, and that's nothing more than Jordan Grace's next victim, along with so much more to come. So looking very forward to everything.
And Walter, we're having make sure we're good on our audio here. How are you doing today? One of the rare times we get to have you on color commentary here for WWE. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this too. I'm definitely looking forward to the merger of, well, not merger, but
partnership.
Their own partnership of TNA and WWE. Hopefully there's more to come because there's an online teases of other people that I won't bring it up because it's got nothing to do with this. But yeah, they got a lot of crazy events. But I'm really most looking forward to that NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match. Like I really want to see who do they give the ball to and what they can do with it once the ball's in their court. Like a lot of in sports right now, a lot of attention is on women because of the WNBA and Caitlin Clark and everything. Sure. So NXT and WWE needs to take advantage of that and put the focus on women's wrestling right now.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about that because they are talking about it. Well, they're talking about the whole the card right now over on Peacock. Let's go ahead and talk about that Women's North American Championship match. If I can just get technology to work, which is always the adventure here within the multiverse of media.
Right.
Share screen. Good idea. Let's do that. I enjoyed that idea. Let's do that, computer. Let's go ahead and share that screen.
Yeah, there you go. And again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Again, if you want to dictate the conversation, don't dictate. Kathleen Steele, JMN Multiverse of Media. Super chat, simple as that. We're going to run through this card. We have 6 matches. Again, history to be made. And we start with history here. All 6 of these women looking to create their own legacy in NXT because only one can become the first NXT Women's North American Champion. These Elite 6 out of an insane 24 started off earning their way through a combine that tested strength, speed, conditioning, and power. And then they, of course, each qualified in qualifying matches. Each has earned their own way. Each has made a claim for themselves. And, of course, we saw a Summit implode as we had 6-woman tag on Tuesday. And it was Soruka right now, who's probably the betting's favorites, that snatched the show of Last Legend. In a ladder match, though, you sometimes don't think about the prize. You do think about the moment. I do have to consider here that a lot of these women are brand new to this extreme environment. Ladder match. We have to keep that also in mind. Last Legend has a height advantage. Meacham has an experience advantage, though, because she's competed in 2 previous ladder matches in NXT alone, not to mention the first ever Queen of the Mountain ladder match at Summerversary 2022. We talked about with Baron Corbin. When he came down to NXT, he was looking for a reset, a resurgence, and he found that. Could we very well see the same thing from Meacham tonight, or are we maybe putting too much into Soruka, especially with the fact she's got in the eyes of Jasmine Nix and Jessie Jane that might be watching for her best interest, selfish interest? You tell me. Jada Parker and Meacham, of course, have been at odds ends. Fallon Henry and Kalani Jordan have been at odds ends. Fallon Henry with this newfound attitude after Jada Parker beat her at Spring Breakin'. There's so many different crossroads with all 6 of these women beyond what you saw just this past Tuesday on NXT. So that being said, guys, who do you think right here needs to have the moment more? Who needs to claim the title? But who you think is going to be your biggest takeaway from this match based on what you saw? That's the questions I pose to you, because place your bet. This field's wide open. Any of these 6 women could climb the ladder and earn their moment in history as the first NXT Women's North American Champion. Yep, I'll start with you.
Before we throw to me, when is the deadline for picks for the groups?
That would be 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where your picks are final. And of course, you can find the form across the NoDQ and my social medias on the X, as well as my YouTube community tab. And shout out to King about Josh Mansfield. I got all the NXT in. I know several of you in the NXT Galaxy, the Sleeper Duty community, and the NoDQ guys have also voiced your opinions and your picks as well. So again, folks, good luck and hope you enjoy the show of us tonight. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this field and talk a little bit more about who we think has the greatest advantage coming into this, who we think deserves it more, who we think it could be the wild card that could surprise us. Jeff, why don't you go ahead and start evaluating this field? I don't know how much you've been watching NXT versus JJ and me that has started watching somewhat religiously. Still not as much as TNA Impact, but it's still far better than what it used to be. But what's your take on this first ever ladder match in NXT Women's North American Championship setup here, and who you think deserves it?
For me, I've got a solid person I want to win, and she's also the person I think is going to win, but I can't excuse me, still fighting off last night between the flu and the karaoke. So forgive me. By the way, if y'all missed that show last night, go back and watch on demand. Not now, because this is a great show, but later on, it'll be worth your time. We went overtime. Mia Yim has been one of my favorites for as long as I've seen her in wrestling. We almost had her booked for Wild a couple times many years ago. So she'll always have a special, always have a soft spot in my heart for Mia. But I also just enjoy everybody in this match in one way or the other. They've all got their own unique take. They've all had the opportunity to develop, and that's what NXT is all about, is the opportunity to develop your character, to develop your in-ring skills, and get yourself, quote unquote, ready for prime time in a prime time setting, which is a unique thing. That is a WWE perspective. My pick is going to be Fallon Henley. I think Fallon is long overdue for something more, something different than. And with the release of Brooks Jensen, from what I heard this week, or Brooks, it was Brooks. I'm sorry, Brooks Jensen. Her future is definitely hers to take, hers to shape, and I think it starts by putting some championship gold around that waist of hers, because she, for my money, is overdue to be a standout spotlight player in NXT and in WWE.
That's fair. Walter, we know, of course, that Last Legend and Fallon Henry, they are no strangers to being involved in a multi-women field affairs. They were both involved in last year's NXT Iron Survivor Challenge at deadline. Some would say that was Last Legend's breakout moment. We also, of course, talk about Meacham Jade, for those that don't know, former TNA Knockouts champion. But we also talked about Jada Parker and Kalani Jordan that have kind of broken out this year more into their own. And so Ruka, who's had incredible upside since returning from injury. So, Walter, where do you stand on this field of 6?
Yeah, this is one of those unique matches where you could legit have any of them win, and it won't be a problem. There won't be an argument. There won't be a fight. Like, legit, all 6 of them, you can argue, deserve this. Like, I'm just looking forward to the kind of mess. Like, will you see a soul snatcher from a ladder? Like, it's going to be hard to pull that off because she needs the ropes. But if someone's on the second or third rung, you might see her do that. Like, I'm looking for the uniqueness and the moves in this. But I think in terms of who deserves it, Mia Yim is really one that deserves it. But I just don't think she'd win it. Lash is... They're starting to show a lot of her on screen of her real life relationship with Trick, and Trick is running the NXT division right now. So I think they'll probably get her away from Noah Dar and everybody. And this is her way of breaking away from her group. I think she's going to pull out the victory. I think she gets the title and then goes full face, because right now she's kind of a tweener in between like face and heel. And I think she's like, people are waiting for her to lead the group. Like, she's the only one out of the group that actually gets cheered and things, and people like seeing her in the ring. So I think this is her way of separating herself from the group eventually. And I think Lash is the one that's going to pull it out. But legit, like I said, all 6 of these competitors can win, and I'll have no problem with any of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Henry, yeah, about to say, you also, again, look at the level of experience here. Fountain Henry and Meacham have levels of experience across the independent scene and, of course, other various fields of wrestling. People put the comparison out there that imagine if Meacham wins, we could try and bask in her glory on a run that could be as strong, if not limitless, as Keith Lee, who at one point unified the NXT North American Championships and the NXT Championships. Of course, the very first North American Championship was defined also in a ladder match won by Adam Cole. Baby, at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. The fact of the matter that 4 of these women have literally less than 2 years of in-wrestling experience, and they have a chance right now to ascend the summit and start their own legacy with a brand new championship is major in its own right. So I wish the absolute best to all 6, but I said it once, I'll say it again. I think Meacham came down here for a reason, for a career reset, a resurgence, as we've seen from several others from the WWE. I think this could be very well Meacham's night, even though ladder matches in NXT have not been kind to her. If you looked at her War Games qualifier with Io Sky, and also, of course, a #1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship back in 2020. But I think tonight, third time could be the charm. I think Meacham right now is the one that could be the biggest threat here, and you have to watch out for. So good luck to all 6 women. We will see what happens. And I know some people probably wanted to see like Thea Hale. I think Thea Hale and Fountain Henry's bad blood's going to catch up to them, as well as Kalani Jordan, who is also part of that fallout. And again, Saruka, I think she's already in someone else's crosshairs, and that could be her downfall. Jada and Nietzsche might be the ones you find at the ladder, might sell the whole thing, because, again, we talk about Lash Legend, character development, but I do wonder, is she truly focused on this, or is she still split-minded between Metaphor and Trick? So it's anybody's game tonight, so good luck to all 6.
I mean, at the end of the day, Thea Hale's going to win the women's world title, so that way we can go and chase you. So, that's just saying.
That's a bigger Hail Mary than the Dallas Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. Anyway.
That's me on personal levels. You're wrong for that. Anyway.
I'm not.
Jada's my dark horse. Like, I really feel like she could be the Zack Ryder of the IC title from that WrestleMania. She could be that spot where you just don't.
Why are both of you attacking me with Dallas Cowboys related stuff? You both wrong for that. Anyway.
Yeah. Good luck to
Yeah. Anyway, you mentioned Mia Yim coming down and going for a resurgence. Her bandmates also down in NXT looking for that long overdue spotlight recapture as the Good Brothers take on Axiom and Nathan Frazier. We mentioned Thea Hale, Nathan Frazier, of course, her off-screen significant other. But they are the tag team champions, Axiom and Frazier, and they are defending against the former Bullet Club members, the members of the OC. That's it. We saw him throw it up with AJ during that redonkulous parody of Mark Henry's retirement, but it was beautiful for me. I loved it. But now we have these gentlemen down here on NXT, and they are in Las Vegas. We saw, I think it was this last Tuesday on NXT, the challengers attacked the champions during an autograph signing at the freaking merchandise truck. It was absolutely crazy. So, yeah, Noah, set the scene for us.
Again, Axiom and Nathan Frazier, they were able to overcome the Wolf Dogs, beating Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin for these titles after failing to beat them at Stand and Deliver, but getting the better of them in the Fallout. They've been the tag champs since, going into what is now their third defense. They're overcoming the Authors of Pain and, of course, the Tony D'Angelo family. But the OC came back down looking to take over, as they only do when it comes to the gold means more money. If you follow the OC, if you follow the Good Brothers, Bullet Club members for life, you know wherever they've gone, tag team champions is where to follow. Multiple-time IWGP tag team champions, former Raw tag team champions, and former 3-time TNA tag team champions. And while AJ Styles right now is looking for the richest prize in WWE, the entirety of the OC is looking to maybe take over NXT. We talked about Meacham earlier. It very well could be a night for the entirety of the OC here if the Good Brothers get the better of the chance. But the thing is, they've made this, I feel, more personal, not just with the champions, but with NXT as a whole. King, good to see you, bruv. You got to consider what really is at the forefront of this. It's NXT versus the main roster. Axiom and Nathan Frazier made that point where it's about they're tired of seeing people come down from Raw and SmackDown just to take advantage of them here, thinking that they can. And then, of course, the Good Brothers being as hypocritical as they can be in their personal character persona, they basically kind of, egged them on and took advantage. So, again, they made this very personal. You look at levels of experience, but you also look at a level of pride. And, again, pride before the fall. This could be one of those matches that could surprise as far as the title change, but it also could be the biggest win for Nathan Frazier and Axiom, and honestly, NXT's tag team division to date.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the champions retaining here. Just if I was more confident they were gonna put the championship on Mia, I would maybe pick Carl and Luke, but I just don't see that happening in the women's match. So I don't think they're gonna give the tag titles to these guys either. I think they're gonna go with the youth of Frazier and Axiom and have them carry the championships through to maybe SummerSlam weekend, if not a little bit later. So that's where I'm standing on that. Walter, where are you at with this?
This one's actually kind of tough to call because, especially like on NXT, like you said, they showed him at the merchandise truck and everything. Usually, the good old wrestling. Usually, when someone looks strong on the go home, it's because they're not winning on the PLE. But I actually think they're gonna pull the trigger. I think the Good Brothers deserve it. I think they're gonna win the tag titles. So I do see a title change. I won't be surprised if they don't win, but I just see them winning it and then carrying it for a little while and then passing it back. Because, then if not, what was the point of them coming back down to NXT? It was to dominate and show who they are as the tag team and win these titles and show that they won the title literally everywhere they went. Every company, every brand, everything. So they
you got 10 minutes.
Let's say we got a little over 10 minutes by my watch, Cape Breaker. Get your shit and get, buddy. Walter, I'm going to disagree with you as far as what was the point as far as the title change, and I'm gonna go ahead and project into the future a little bit here because I am going to talk about this at length on Tuesday. No, yeah, Tuesday when we do Clash predictions. And actually, Thursday when we do against all odds predictions too.
Oh, good Lord.
The stipulation for AJ and Cody is now I quit. This is the perfect way to get AJ Styles back to TNA. He quits, and he quits like he goes. And like I said, I think it was last night, maybe even on Friday or whatever it was, I was on the air. Clash at the Castle, yes, is in Scotland. And yes, TNA is in Chicago for the Impact tapings and for the pay-per-view. So the Impact tapings will be the night of the 15th.
Correct.
It is not out of the realm of possibility to get him on a private jet and zoom back into the proper time zone of the second city.
Not at all.
And especially as early as they're going to be on the air for Clash at the Castle as far as Chicago time, I really think that's going to be a thing. And
and again, as you talk about that, of course, we're covering Clash at the Castle, folks. That will be here, of course, Saturday. Be given everybody to me a live watch event schedule, as we still have, I believe, 4 matches to talk about. And right now, again, this battle of pride, I think, is going to carry the tag team championships across the line for now. But we know the Good Brothers, they don't take losing very easily. This is not going to be over after tonight, but I do think the champs retain. Because again, championship advantage, count out disqualification, champions retain. So if Axel Nick Frazier can find a way to take the hot-headed nature of the Good Brothers out of this match, then that could play to their advantage. So I think I'm going to go with the champs retaining here. We still got 4 matches left, so
yeah, and they're making a big deal over at TNA about it was the 20th anniversary of Impact this last week. It's the 20th edition of Slammiversary coming up in July.
Yep.
Mia, Carl, Luke, and AJ especially. I mean, Jesus, TNA major mainstays for a lot of years. So
exactly,
I can't make myself not think about, with these 3 on the show tonight and AJ on the show in Scotland. Again, Chicago's not that hard to get to, and then they've got a month to build the Slammiversary and beyond. And if this partnership is becoming a real thing, we might see a lot more people cross the line one way or the other. I also say that the people participating in this next match, the triple threat for the NXT North American Championship, we've all seen our boys in Gallus, Noah, cross many a line on a personal level with people. Wes Lee, this is definitely personal for him, making his return to NXT PLE. And then you get Obafemi, who I said it the minute he won he won the breakout. This is a bad motherfucker.
Accurate.
And he's going to remain a bad motherfucker, and he'll remain the champion, I think, because I still say the Coffees and Wolfgang, their destiny is with championships as a team. So if anything is going to change, it's going to be Wes Lee regaining the championship. But I stand fast on Obafemi retaining. What about you, Noah?
Yeah, I think Obafemi is going to be definitely a performer of the night outside of Jordan Grace and Roxanne Perez, which still feels like the biggest, most important match. But I think Obafemi right now feels like the biggest breakout star in NXT, pun intended. Yes. Straight out of Nigeria, of course, won the breakout tourney in January, cashed in on Dragon Lee, was successfully able to defend against Dragon Lee. This physical anomaly has overcome giants and speed demons, including Josh Briggs, Dijak, freaking Brooks Jetson, and of course, we recently saw Ivar as he calls himself the ruler of the NXT North American division, as everybody looks to take his throne, including a former champion that never lost title in the first place. Had to, of course, relinquish his rematch due to injury. He was literally out for the last 6 months almost. Came back at spring break, and before we get that one-on-one, the Gallus boys came back into the fray after losing that gauntlet match to Rich Holland and ruptured over everybody that was to oppose the ruler. And here we find ourselves in a unique situation where you have 2 heavyweights and this unique cruiserweight of no limits, the Cardiac Kid, where you wonder, is he going to need a defibrillator tonight when he's already outweighed with over a weight difference of 57 pounds versus one of his opponents. The fact of the matter here, though, is triple threat again. I always say it. Buffer, fall person. I do think right here the champion is too strong. The fact he has not been pinned or submitted, by the way, since winning this title, I think he will retain. It's just a matter of what waits on the other side as we head towards Heat Wave. And I think there's a reason that Joe Coffey and the Gallus Fum came back all of a sudden. But also Wes Lee to that point. He's still looking for a combat and looking for his one-on-one rematch. After, of course, both men double pin Josh Briggs. I do think Obafemi, though, is going to find a way to isolate one of these men and get the win. If not, powerbomb, throw them into oblivion. I do have the champ retaining.
So, Noah, I'll say this. I'm also going to predict that Joe Coffey takes the fall. And then Wes Lee gets so frustrated and bad out of shape, and he's just, walking around backstage at NXT or whatever. And the Rascals walk up and go, "You look a little frustrated, pal. You want to change the scenery?" I'm telling you, this freaking prohibitive portal is blown wide open here.
They'll explode after what happens tonight and what may transpire in an event where the wrestling business will never be the same again. That being said, Walter, what's your take on this triple threat encounter? Do you still obey the ruler, or do you think the ruler gets overthrown by an Iron King or Wes Lee?
This is a bad dude. I don't fake bad dude. I don't see him losing. I'm not the fan, with a few exceptions. I'm not really a fan of a title change in the triple threat. Like I just feel like this was set up. He wins, and then Wesley gets his one-on-one title later on, one-on-one match, and then maybe he can win the title then. Because I'm just not a fan of titles changing hands in the triple threat. Of course, there's a few exceptions with like Benoit and everything, but I just feel like it means more when it's one-on-one. And for Wesley, his story arc after coming back from injury earlier than expected and never having actually been pinned for the title, I think Coffey gets pinned here, and Wesley can still make that claim. I never got pinned for this title. I deserve a one-on-one, and then they have to do a one-on-one at Heat Wave or the next PLE. So I say Obi, I say Obi retains. I really don't see him looking up at the lights for anyone right now. He's so
no.
Yeah.
No. Like I said, bad motherfucker.
Accurate. Well, speaking of bad, why don't we talk about two of the baddest bitches to come from the Octagon to be part of the Squared Circle as they go underground tonight in the UFC Apex. I'm going to let Walter lead this one because, Walter, this is a story in itself, but this legitimately has every making of a real MMA fight. Someone's going to either get knocked out or tap out. There has to be somebody standing tall over the other. Question is, you're going to see somebody dancing, or are you going to once again see the queen once again show why she is the master of the underground and the baddest bitch in NXT history? Take it away, Walter.
Legit, this has the feeling of like a Conor McGregor Nate Diaz match. Like it legit, they did a real good job of like promoting this. And Shayna, of course, is coming off that Battleground knockout victory over Misha. So like she's got that under her belt. She's used to these fights. Both of these come from an MMA background. And of course, my mommy Lola is a 4-1 in MMA. She pretty much knocks people out. She does. But I see this ending by submission because you could still make people look strong because in a real fight, people could just get caught. You live a limb, you live an arm here, you live an ankle here, you leave any part of your body, any limb, you leave it exposed to the right person, it's going to get snatched in some Kimura, in some triangle, in something, and it's a lot more believable for somebody to tap out and still look strong because they could always just say, hey, look, I just got caught and I had to tap. Then there's somebody actually getting knocked the F out. Like, I think even though we'll be like, ooh, and get up and have that reaction, it might lower the stock of both of them, either one of them, if one of them gets knocked out. So I think the safe bet is like a reversal of some kind of ground and pound, a reversal of something that turns into a submission, and then a quick tap out, and it's just that I got caught. That's the end of it. All it is that I got caught. You didn't really whoop my ass or anything like that. Like, I think that's the safe way out of this match. But this might end up being the main event because you have to remove the ropes and do all that for the crew. This might end up being the main event.
Or it might open. And
yeah.
I mean, we get a long break in between.
Or they have a whole different area in the UFC Apex dedicated to these two women going underground.
There you go.
That could be it. That's valid. But I think Lola is gonna catch Shayna in some kind of submission move, and Lola wins. But I can see either one of them winning. It's just I'm so looking forward to this. This is my shit. And to have it in the UFC Apex and to have it this kind of match, it's almost like I wouldn't put it past them. Like I would actually book them. Like WWE should do that in the UFC. Like even though it's a predetermined and everything, like on a UFC pay-per-view, you should make this rivalry so bad that they actually have to go fight each other in the octagon at a UFC event because it's boiling over. But I think because of the separation, I don't think they know want to do that because he doesn't want to put a scripted event with his real event.
Lucrative as this partnership is. Everybody's making fucking bank. Dana's not going to go for that, unfortunately. It would be cool. Mm-hmm. Like I can definitely see them having more events inside the Apex and having MMA style fights under the WWE banner, but they're not going to. Unfortunately, they're not going to put the WWE competitors on the UFC pay-per-view. UFC makes too much money being legitimate, and they've had. Walter, you're more of the fan than anybody. They have had their fight and fought so hard to be considered legitimate and not just human cockfighting in their existence. So having the WWE people appear, whether it's a shoot fight or not, would be a step back, I think, for them.
Yeah. So maybe bring back the Lions Den match.
There you go.
Or you do the fight pit. I mean, you can have a female fight pit. That's one thing that I haven't done yet for the women. Talking about all things on our first. Of course, we've seen the likes of Timothy Thatcher, Tommaso Ciampa, Seth freaking Rollins, Matt Riddle. Of course, they literally have tried to sell scores within the fight pit. So for all we know, this could just be the first fight with these two cage fighters to come. Like you said, Lola Vice, former background, Bellator MMA, but she has a black belt in Taekwondo. She is also the first ever Cuban American signed to WWE, second ever to crossover, of course, of her kind to WWE from the MMA. While Shayna Baszler, of course, she was the first. Even Lola Vice said it. Shayna Baszler is the best MMA crossover, but Lola believes that she's going to be this premier WWE superstar to come out of the MMA with a knockout over Shayna Baszler. And then probably to your point, it'll be time to dance. I'm sure he'll be happy about that. She has a black belt in Taekwondo, started training when she was 2 years old, while Shayna Baszler, of course, has backgrounds in Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and literally has been trained by Warhammer himself, Josh Barnett. And again, the key factor here is it's grappling versus striking. Lola Vice is a striker primarily. That's her discipline. While Shayna Baszler is a technical submission magician. She breaks a limb, she grabs one, she forces you to tap out. It's as simple as that. We talked about the experience levels while you talked about her having 4 TKO wins. Shayna Baszler has 15 wins. All of them were by submission. And yes, she may have lost several other fights, but you still have to look at the value of experience. But youth is also on Lola Vice's side. And I do think right now we have two of the most combustible elements that are going to trade fists and try to take each other's arm off their bodies here underground in the UFC Apex. But I look at, again, what you want going forward. We also got to consider at the end of the day, Shayna Baszler is part of the main roster. And she also right now is contending for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions at some point. I believe they're right now feuding with Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, and it might become a triple threat at Clash of the Castle, if not already.
It is.
So I do wonder, thank you for that confirmation. I do wonder if that right now is splitting her focus, being a former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. But it never hurts to humble somebody when they think they're better than you and they need a reality check. I'm hoping Shayna Baszler wins, but if there's some way that Lola Vice not only knocks her out, but makes it look like she tapped her out, sky's the limit for what happens to Lola Vice going forward, in and out of NXT. I think Lola kind of needs this, though, to back up her claim. Otherwise, Shayna is going to make sure she maybe stays on the sidelines.
We shall see. You talked about, a reality check. Usually people need a reality check or just very egotistical and full of themselves. Probably nobody more in NXT that's more all ego than our challenger for the NXT Championship out of the AEW locker room onto an NXT ring and just taking out Trick Williams. All ego Ethan Page is now in NXT under the WWE umbrella, which I think is so cool. I love me some Ethan Page, man. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy he's there. But this one, I still say the women's match should main event for the record. I think it's the most important match because of the participants and the championships involved. But
and the stakes.
Yeah, always stakes. But this one just is going to be intense. It's going to be personal. Apparently, Ethan Page got attacked this morning, coming into the city, into the Apex, and Trick just laid him out. So it is. Damn. Yeah, Trick is fired up. So we definitely are going to see a knockdown, drag out, maybe underground style between these two guys over the top prize in NXT. I am picking Trick to retain. I don't think they would necessarily pull that trigger on Ethan Page this quickly. But I've seen stranger things happen. And Shawn Michaels is, if nothing else, he is controversial and show-stopping as a booker even. So, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it happens.
Yeah, and again, even Page said himself, he respects how Trick Williams did what Ethan Page has been unable to do. That's why he created this opportunity. You want to talk about egos, you got to consider Trick Williams has an ego of his own too. He's the face of NXT. He wanted to go beyond him, and he did. Ethan Page has not gone beyond his former tag team partner of the North Josh Alexander became the standard, the Iron Man of TNA Impact Wrestling. He even won multiple times, of course, the TNA World Championship. Even Page hasn't had a world title in years. While it looked like he was on a course for the Ring of Honor Television Championship with a great streak, somehow that got totally nuked, and we find him now in NXT, signed by Ava Raine personally. And here's his very first match underneath the letters WWE. And why he has the experience volume, Trick Williams has become NXT's choice. It's all of NXT against all ego and what really is going to be a battle of egos. It doesn't matter which one's going to be bruised more. But I think right now it's about proving a point for both men. And again, pride can really make a man do foolish things. And in this type of scenario, you might need to do something like that to escape with the NXT Championship. I really wonder, with the fact you just said that Trick attacked even prior to this, that he's so emotionally driven. Could that be his downfall? Could he get himself disqualified? Could this continue? Or could he even Page surprise? And could we possibly see this title heading up north, knowing that we got Slammiversary around the corner in Montreal? But it's just odd because, again, this is the first defense for Trick Williams since he beat Ilya Dragunov at Spring Break-In. And I feel like we were so invested in the chase. We want to be invested in that era, but it quickly might turn into an all-ego era tonight, even Page has his way. And by the way, your predictions, folks, every single one of you, it's final. That form is closed. So
well, yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
But I'm torn on this one because if NXT loses both their world championships, Shawn Michaels and Ava Raine might have more problems on their hands than they think in this prohibited portal.
Right. Walter, where are you at with the NXT Championship match, sir?
I think emotions get the best of Trick, and he retains his title, but I think it's due to a no contest. I think he won't be able to withhold his emotions, and something's going to happen where he just referee pulls him off, stops him, or DQs him or something. So, and I was kind of torn with this one, but because of my prediction of the last match that we're going to say, with the Jordan Grace and everything, I have to say Trick Williams keeps the title here because of what my prediction of the other match is.
Okay. All right. Well, before we move on to what at least I feel should be the main event for tonight, there's probably a lot of agreement and maybe not across the multiverse, but I will say, be sure to tune in tonight after our coverage of NXT Battleground because the boss man himself, Aaron Riff, will be going live immediately following the show with a complete recap. And I want to thank Aaron especially for reposting my post promoting tonight's coverage here. So thank you, Aaron, very much. I greatly appreciate that. And always good to know that my affiliation with NoDQ.com has been as productive as it has for everybody. So thank you. But here we go. I mean, it's been the toast of the town. Like I can't even believe I'm saying this, but we have the NXT Women's Champion against the TNA Knockouts World Champion on a pay-per-view, a premium live event, and it's on the WWE banner. It floors me. Jordan Grace, yes, she was in the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble, and that was an awesome moment, and we were happy for her. We were happy for Scott at the time. We were happy for TNA at the time because TNA had just got itself back. It had found itself again, and it's taken this first half of this year to really rediscover who TNA is and really get themselves, and they're still not on 100% solid ground. There's still a lot of little loose gravel in that foundation, but with the rumor mill buzzing about maybe a further partnership with WWE here after tonight, after this match, I am so hopeful. I'm more hopeful for the future TNA than I was in 2002. In 2003, in 2005, and 2010, and every year that they'll be dead. Nope, they are the Energizer battery of the wrestling world. They take a licking and keep on ticking. By God, for me, this match, I believe that it will not be the last time we see these two women face off. I believe it will not be the last time that the championships are involved. And I'll even take it a step forward and say the next time Jordan Grace is up against a WWE or NXT superstar, it'll be her title on the line. Tonight, it's about Roxanne and Jordan. And I think tonight we're going to see Jordan's open challenge accepted for Friday by that person costing her the match tonight. So Roxanne will retain by the biggest amount of shenanigans possible in that respect. Noah, you are our TNA guy along with Datillo, and she has said she might pop in here later to help call that one because you guys are running our TNA team. Talk to us about the TNA side of this and where this could go, where it already has gone, and everything in between.
This is the pinnacle of women's professional wrestling. Damn it. You have the best division versus the best developing division. The NXT Women's Championship on the line against the richest prize holder on the Western Front of women's professional wrestling. The Juggernaut Jordan Grace, the TNA Knockouts World Champion. Both women, battle-tested, proven in their battleground. Roxanne Perez, multiple-time NXT Women's Champion. Jordan Grace, 3-time TNA Knockouts World Champion. Roxanne Perez has literally been the history maker. Won the Breakout Tourney, won the tag titles, competed in the Royal Rumble, former Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, defended that title in Impact Wrestling before she lost it to the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, and what became the champ. Jordan Grace, history maker, trailblazer, leader, face of the Knockouts, unstoppable force of power, former inaugural digital media champion, only ever Queen of the Mountain winner, only ever woman to win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, 3-time Knockouts World Champion. The difference here is experience, it is pride, it is also how you handle the pressure. Roxanne Perez is right now completely in over her head, she feels like. She feels like she is not only being outpowered, she might even be, a little bit overlooked to the point that she's becoming desperate to say that she will do anything to hold on to this title. But Jordan Grace says that Roxanne has incredible potential, but sometimes you need to show a child what a grown woman needs to be to lead a women's division. Let's call it as we see it. Roxanne Perez leads the developmental. Jordan Grace leads the knockouts. There's a huge difference there in that perspective alone as far as outlook in women's professional wrestling. I look at it like this. If this prohibited portal is going to come to fruition tonight, with the future of the TNA Knockouts World Champion unknown, except for the fact she has an open challenge this Friday in Chicago, I think Jordan Grace makes history because she's already proven that she belongs underneath the letters WWE. And again, WWE, it's about making history. It's about the standard that brand means. But it does not hold up to the legacy of what the Knockouts have been to the professional wrestling industry. I think Jordan Grace can carry both of those proudly. For me, if Roxanne wins, she has to do it on her own and prove to me why she should be the woman you think about that holds the women's title. I don't think we need shenanigans tonight. I really don't. And with all these teasers, you said Tatum Paxley, Ariana Grace, we saw Misha backstage. Open challenge this Friday. How many people would want to face Jordan Grace for the TNA Knockouts Champion? How many people would want to be a knockout or contend with the Knockouts? Not just in NXT, but in WWE. I really think Jordan Grace surprises tonight. And this is the moment we take away going into the rest of this week in and out of WWE and TNA wrestling. I think the Juggernaut is going to literally surprise us and get this. All it's going to take is one Juggernaut driver. She Juggernaut driver Stevie Turner in less than 6 minutes. And truth be told, both these women are battle tested. They've had wars with the likes of Killer Kelly, Manta Slamovich, Miyu Yamashita that have gone upwards to 20-plus minutes. So, again, this one truly does feel like go either way. But if you're going to open prohibited portal, I think Jordan Grace deserves the key more than Roxanne Perez. I'm going with the Juggernaut here. I'm Team TNA all the way for life.
Walter, I think you're kind of the man in the middle here. I mean, I love both brands. I've not been kind to TNA over the years, especially during the Hogan era. But I NXT, man, even during that Rainbow Bride era, I was still solidly hoping they would turn around. They certainly have. So where do you stand as we get ready to close out this early last minute predictions, we'll say?
I think the whole point or one of the reasonings for doing this prohibited portal and working with TNAs to get more eyes on the other company as well. What better way to do it than to do something unprecedented and actually have Jordynne Grace win a WWE title while being under contract for TNA, and then end up showing that title off, a WWE title, on another brand. We saw Alundra Blaze do that and throw it in the trash in WCW, but how about somebody showing another company's title in their company,
praise and showcase
with some grace,
Aha.
and actually holding the title and being proud to call themselves the champion of that other company. And then maybe you work something out like in the storyline where you'd be like, well, now that you have our title, you're going to have to sign a temporary WWE contract or something where you got to defend this title over here. And we see more of her on NXT. Who knows? Who knows where they go? But I really think she wins the title. I think they're going to do something unprecedented that's never been done before. And like, I can't wait. I can't wait to see this match. And Big Mama Pump, I'm a big fan of hers. And I can't wait to see this and what it leads to. I mean, JJ did a fantasy booking where Natalia can get that title back for in Canada and go to NXT and go to TNA and get the NXT title back, because so like I actually agree with him. That's not a bad way to book it. Or maybe she gets the Money in the Bank briefcase and you use it to cash in on a TNA title. Like, there's so many ways that you can go in this prohibited portal, is like, but I really think they're going to pull the trigger on it, and I can't wait. I'll be happy either way, whether Perez wins or Grace wins, but I just think it's something different. It's time. 2024 has already been a crazy year. Well, why not do this?
Walter, I want to interrupt really quick. The imagery here is great. If you guys are watching on Peacock, if you're not, we do encourage you to watch the show. Just turn the volume down and listen to us. But Ava, her office has that giant old school UFC banner behind it, along with the Monster Energy logo banner. That is just the weirdest damn image of the night so far.
Yeah,
I know.
right?
The UFC office behind Ava Rain.
It's crazy.
It's bananas where we are in 2024. We got the WWE and NXT performing in the UFC building. Jesus Christ.
We got scripted wrestling in the freaking home of Ultimate Fighting Championship, as legit unscripted violence you can get. Hell.
Crazy. So
one positive of that damn pandemic is UFC Apex was born.
Yep. So it won't be a bonus point because it's too late for Noah to have to try to go through Aaron and get the thing changed. But I just want to express my opinion of what it should be and get you guys' reactions. Should Jordan and Roxy main event tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay. I agree. I think with all the stakes involved and all the implications that could happen after tonight, I think they should close the show. Absolutely. They've earned it too. Jordan's earned it, multiple times over as TNA champion.
Fold.
Yeah, and Roxanne is that unique talent. She was the first Ring of Honor champion. She has carried her unbelievable talent into WWE under the NXT banner. She's got that training from Booker T. And again, Jordynne Grace, I believe, is a product of Team 3D Academy. So you've got Hall of Fame training behind both of these women going into this match. And again, Big G is watching specifically for Shayna and for Jordynne Grace tonight. And we're also, like I said, we might have a pop-in from Datilla to help call the TNA Knockouts champion versus the NXT Women's champion. So I am so soaked for this show. I cannot wait for it to get going. Ava, of course, is giving her predictions right now over on Peacock, or not maybe predictions, probably just talking about it because she's general manager. She has to be,
she has to give her final analysis, insight before all the action gets underway. And I will say this, for Ava Rain to transition from potential in-ring competitor to authority figure, Ava Rain has been a phenomenal general manager in NXT. Really, right here, she could trailblaze away that Realm Regal led for the black and gold, very much for the white and gold here going forward. I'm very impressed, and I respect a lot what Ava Rain has done for NXT.
It's amazing how well those genetics pass down, even on the verbal front, down that Johnson family tree, did it not?
Mm-hmm.
She's already seemingly a polished microphone user, and she's been what, a year and a half, 2 years in? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some people just have it. Some people just are able to osmosis it. I think Ava definitely osmosis it from her father and her, her cousins and her uncles and everything, because other than the wild Samoans who weren't supposed to talk, that was the idea, and Umaga, of course, there hasn't been a member of this family that hasn't at least had some solid mic skills and were allowed to display it. If their roles didn't call for it, then they were also great in the ring too. So again, this family was, and again, TKO takeover is mentioned in the comments by Safet. Dwayne's on the board, so TKO once again showing its presence, overseeing the greater WWE and UFC picture, because they're in the UFC Apex and the Rock's daughter's running the show. I love it. I absolutely love it. Going to be a hell of a night, folks. And again, we've got so much more coming up as we get ready to head into the top of the hour and start the show. They're talking about the championship match between Paige and Trick.
Yep.
Let me really quick run our updated, at least until the end of this show tonight, watch-alongs, because that's Noah's favorite promo. And then we'll talk about what's coming up after tonight's presentation. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
All the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it.
Yeah. There's a lot, no doubt about it. But I'm here for it. Can I just say really quick before we start the show, Ethan Page has the creepiest bug eyes I think I've seen in wrestling.
Yes.
His bug eyes are just like are like renting,
like he's staring into your soul.
They are living rent free in my head, and I don't appreciate the hell of it whatsoever. It's upsetting me, Ethan. Knock that shit off. Anyway.
Yeah, he does have like weird beady eyes.
It's weird. It's like yeah. That's the thing. They're bug eyes, but they're beady. It's like that shouldn't be a thing in nature. Like what this shit.
Whoa! Well, I guess that brawl that you were talking about shouldn't have been a thing either.
No, okay. So yeah. Here's what talking about happened yesterday. As Ethan was I think he's checking the hotel here, if I remember right, or valet parking, or wherever it is.
Yeah, he was valeting his car,
and then not so much.
As we're
so it wasn't Trick. I apologize.
Yeah, it was probably somebody else from the airport. It's probably Ora Mensa who attacked him. Post during that. And it wouldn't surprise me if Ora Mensa comes back again tonight to confront Ethan Page, and that also might lead towards Triple H retaining the titles. We are just now 5 minutes and 30 seconds away from NXT Battleground Las Vegas, taking the world, taking the airways, taking us virtually through tonight's live watch-along event. Again, extremely exciting show. Place your bets. There's a lot up to chance tonight. Again, we got the six-way for the NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match. Soruka, Kalani Jordan, Meacham, Last Legend Found, Henry Jada Parker. NXT Tag Team titles line, Axiom Nick Frazier versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. The NXT North American Championship triple threat as Obafemi the Ruler defends the title against Wesley and Joe Coffey. We go underground as Lola Vice looks to knock out the Queen of Space, Shayna Baszler, who looks to put that mommy, Walter, to sleep. The NXT Championship's on the line as Triple H defends the gold against the newly signed All Eagle Ethan Page, looking to take that spotlight. And of course, what should be the biggest talking point once we're done with tonight, the NXT Women's Championship on the line as Roxanne Perez looks to defend not just her title, but honestly, the NXT Women's brand against TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace.
So it's like AM PMs. Too much good stuff up in here tonight. And I'll tell you this, we're not done. Yesterday, as far as my channel, I think it's almost all the channels at this point. Yesterday started another long streak of days where we've got content, folks. Tomorrow, Meech's Musings, of course, across the entire multiverse of media. Tuesday, Statboy Sports Bar returns to its slot on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific. Wednesday on the Greg Cherry Show, along with myself, Ella J, and Matty Oz. Greg will be making the announcement regarding which former title holder in WWE history will be joining us on the 27th for Jack of All Trades. Again, that's also at 7 p.m. 4 Pacific on June 27th. Thursday, we have JJ and I doing our episode of Dads, the top 10 all-time albums. Friday, we have Against All Odds. Saturday morning, as far as here in America, we've got Clash at the Castle. Saturday night, we've got Summer 11 from Mission Pro Wrestling, including that main event with Izzy Moreno challenging for the championship. And then, my goodness, these watch-alongs just don't end.
They ain't gonna stop, they ain't gonna stop, they ain't gonna stop, they ain't gonna stop.
No, 16 nights just the rest of this year only announced. We've got more coming in, of course, 2 nights of WrestleMania in Vegas next year, 2 nights of SummerSlam in 2026. And then after the zaniness of last night, my goodness, we follow up with our next theme night, open mic night in July with Saturday Skirmish. It will be definitely a Jeff Meacham Network team on one side. We're just trying to see who will be the opposition. And not gonna call anybody. I'm just gonna cough and point. So we'll see what happens there. I'm calling him out. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a thing.
Good grief.
But we do appreciate Aaron and No DQ reposting our promotion for coverage tonight. It's getting us some traction. We appreciate it. We got viewers across the multiverse already tuned in. We haven't even started the show yet. I greatly appreciate that. Definitely going to be some car crashes tonight, no doubt about it, especially if you're in the UFC Apex, where it's fight night and a half, man. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be a great night.
It's a real fight night, Pat McAfee, with all due respect.
Yeah, and I appreciate Walter stepping in and doing the color commentary for us when we have JJ employment sidelined for the day. He did come in earlier and put a comment, but I was trying to make sure we got through our discussion about the women's title match and he said, "Have a great call, guys. Wish I could be there with you. I wish you could have you two here, brother. We appreciate Noah says it best, man. Priorities over passion, and getting that work money is definitely a priority, brother. So we appreciate your need to do the thing and cover yourself at home. So we will be live again, just mere moments here, waiting for Peacock to stop promoting the matches for the 462nd time. Get this shit on the road.
The transition, the airways. We're here with the last few seconds. So
yes. All right, chat room, last minute prediction. If you didn't put your predictions in on the forum, first of all, you missed out. That's your tough shit. But what do you think in the chat room? Who's winning tonight? It's looking like they're going to open with either Underground or the North American Women's Title ladder match. So either one's going to be a freaking barn burner.
Well, again, NXT TakeOver New Orleans started off with the ladder match. So again, if we're going to continue to call back to that history, I think it's fitting to let the women go crazy and see what they can do. Again, all these women have a unique athletic background. Each of them have their own story. They're each developing their own character. A couple of these women coming in here with former experience outside NXT before even developing themselves in this crazy world called professional wrestling. So I think it's definitely the most unique match to define NXT in its entirety to kick things off here at the UFC Apex. And I'm looking very forward to it.
Yeah, a multi-person ladder match is not unique to NXT, but kicking the shows off and having that North American Championship be established or reestablished with a ladder match seems to be a NXT staple. So I am ready for it. And yes, if it is showtime.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Walter, are you right in line with me? Let me know when you see the FBI logo.
So yeah, make sure you guys can pick it up now.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Just does so it's good. The now.
Don't go anywhere.
I got now.
Okay. Let me know when you see then. Or forever.
Forever.
There it is. I forget they changed that. It's so weird.
Yep, WrestleMania.
But again, we're always in this. How? Together. Let's freaking go.
Together.
This is going to be a wild freaking night.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
the MGM, they're showing the MGM on mine.
And of course, we are live virtually from the City of Sin, the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, and the home of next year's WrestleMania. There you see Allegiant Stand, but we are not there tonight. We are inside the UFC Apex as NXT takes center stage. Welcome, everybody, to our coverage of NXT Battleground, where champions will be made and some will be forced to tap out, and we will see if the Prodigy can surpass the Juggernaut, Jordan Grace, and so much more. As we bring you our coverage, place your bets as we go underground. Also, this is NXT Battleground, Las Vegas.
Sexy Red, I think she's a fan of Harlem Heat.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm sure Booker T is having his moment at ringside. You see a full capacity UFC Apex. As you see the title suspended above the ring. Looks like the NXT Women's North American Championship might kick things off here. Careful, somebody.
Volume down, guys. Both of you, please.
Not me.
That volume's at 12.
About to say, yeah, it might be somebody like a speaker setting. Anyway, again, folks, welcome to the show as we get our code open now. And again, by the way, if you guys are watching this through Peak, which is the primary focus, if you are a premium member, you will get the hype packages. If you are not a premium member, you will get advertisements. So just keep that in mind in case you think you might be going off the rails with us during the watch along. As of course, we make history here as NXT for the first time emanates from the UFC Apex, the home of Ultimate Fighting Championship. This battleground of Ultimate Combat transformed tonight for professional wrestling greatness on the rise as NXT takes center stage here. And we are going to make history tonight in so many ways.
This reminds me of the takeovers in the black and white NXT. Man.
This truly feels like a takeover. It has that level of quality. It has that level of excitement, that suspension of unpredictability. Again, when you're in Las Vegas, you either go big or go home. You either strike it rich or you bust. You always take a chance and hope for something better on the other side of things. But sometimes you also want to forget what happens.
Yeah, that's a unique sitting. The way that they the chairs are in the Apex, like it's not how they do it in the UFC. I like the way the WWE has the seatings.
Yeah, it's like they have they almost turn into a mini NXT arena. It looks like, and when you think about a WWE event, you always have the elevated seating and then some of the floors. But it also feels like the seating area itself is kind of like an octagon, despite the fact they set up the ring in the middle square. And again, of course, we have unique. Two of the baddest women out of MMA to compete tonight in NXT Underground in the UFC Apex. It's not an octagon, it's not a cage, but it's damn sure going to be a fight between Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice. Someone's going to get knocked out or tap out. These cold opens, I swear, are always a great way to go into the show, but it almost feels like to me to just be on YouTube as part like they've been doing lately with the hype packages for the matches. And again, we'll see if the whoop that era ends tonight and becomes the all Eagle era. Who seizes the spotlight in the NXT Championship? And again, it is hot. It's hot in Las Vegas. Again, it is the jewel of the desert. And even Page looks to claim the crown jewel of NXT from Trick Williams.
Yeah, will they do something? Imagine two titles changing. Well, at least All Elite is actually in NXT. So if he wins the title, it'd be something unprecedented. But I want to see if they make a story about what else is in his contract. Because he said there's a lot of privileges in his contract aside from automatically getting this first title shot.
Yeah, well, you got to wonder if those privileges are going to go up in smoke if he doesn't win the NXT Championship tonight. And now with that cold up and over, live from the UFC Apex, NXT presents Battleground Las Vegas. Welcome to the show, everybody. You are looking live inside the home of Ultimate Fighting Championship Wrestling, owned by Dana White, as WWE takes over tonight. This is NXT Battleground, Las Vegas. Welcome to the show. Hello, everybody. I am the Superman of the Simple Brand, the voice of JMN for immigrant professional wrestling. Damn it. And I'm with TNA, and my name is Noah Foster. With me tonight, we are super reliable. I am proud and humbled to welcome Walter Cruz to the commentary booth as we bring you our alternative commentary coverage tonight of NXT Battleground Las Vegas. Walter, it's a big fight feel. Are you ready to go tonight?
I am ready. It is a big fight feel. And it's weird, like the way the ring is, everything, it almost feels like the whole thing is an underground. I know we got the underground match, but it feels like the whole arena is like built for that.
As you see, the beautiful new NXT Women's North American Champion suspended above the ring as we make history tonight. We're kicking things off with a ladder match.
They want to make history ASAP. First match.
Here we see Sol Ruka, of course, who not only came back from the injury, of course, all women here tonight, they qualify, not only showing their speed, strength, power, and conditioning in a combine, they each earned their way for a qualifying match. Sol Ruka, who's been snatching souls as of late, since beating Blair Davenport in a beach brawl and beat Izzy Dame to qualify for this and snatched Last Legend on Tuesday. She has a background, folks, in gymnastics and, of course, also known in Herman, which is also a sub-background gymnastics, why she's a tumbler. A lot of her moves, a lot of her agility involves a lot of flips. So be on the lookout tonight because she really could play that to her advantage off a ladder.
Yeah, she has the most unique finisher, I think, in all of NXT. She has the most beautiful looking cutter there is.
Of course, so Ruga also had the strongest score in the combine, 95, as we now have Jada Parker, who had a score of 91. For those that don't know, Jada Parker has a background in soccer. At one point, she was almost looking to be part of the Major Soccer League, but was rejected. And instead, she got accepted by WWE. Formerly overcame controversy in her life, including a torn ACL. Jada Parker, also known as Kiana Caffey, she beat Brina Reese to qualify for this match and really has developed her own way towards NXT after beating Fallon Henley at Spring Breaking.
This is my dark horse, my X factor to be able to walk away with this title right here.
Well, you saw in the pre-show how she was hyping herself up with mental conditioning and journaling, so she definitely has her eyes on the prize tonight, and with OTM in her corner, that could play an advantage. As we now have Meacham entering in. Meacham, of course, those that know, Jade, former TNA Knockouts World Champion, comes in here with a score of 91, 14-year veteran of the game. Previously involved in 2 other ladder matches. She was involved in the War Games 19 qualifier, lost to Io Sky, and was involved in an NXT Women's Number 1 Contenders match in 2020, lost that as well. Previous involved in the Queen of the Mountain back in TNA. Looking for her first prize, singles prize in WWE.
Yeah, she may be the favorite for the crowd. I think a lot of people are behind Meacham.
Yeah, but I think some people might be behind this girl that looks to go hardcore country style tonight. And might be also another underdog, Fallon Henry, who also adopted her own attitude after betraying Thea Hale, beat Kalani Jordan, qualified her way into this match after beating Thea Hale to qualify of all people. Again, sorry to those folks that wanted Thea Hale to get in this. Got a combine score of 90. Of course, was previously, I would say, manager, valet to former NXT Tag Team Champions, Brooke Jensen and Josh Briggs, not to mention a former NXT Tag Team Champion with Kiana James.
Yeah, she's doing her version of Doja Cat with the cow fur coat there.
I mean, hey, we're in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Ride them high. And we'll see if this new attitude finally allows Fallon Henry to ascend the summit. And, of course, next up, we have the strongest competitor in this match, also with the height advantage. At 6 feet tall with a background in basketball, 2 years of experience, combined score of 90. This is Last Legend. Last Legend, for those that don't know, was previously involved in the Iron Survivor Challenge last year. Came out like a bat of hell, pitting 2 people at once. Really broke out last year since that point. And she qualified for this match, beating Ivy Nile.
Yeah, broke out right around the same time as her real-life boyfriend Trick in that match.
Yeah, the kayfabe suspension of disbelief that Trick Williams and Last Legend could possibly be the faces of NXT.
Mm-hmm. And again, she's got the height advantage. She won't have to climb as high as everybody else would.
Again, a ladder match, the less you have to climb, the better off you are. I also do wonder with the fact that 4 of these women are literally in their first ever ladder matches. They have a fear of heights.
Yeah.
That
work against you.
Right.
That'll work against you.
You see the walk of confidence, though, on all these women.
Yeah.
As we welcome in our last competitor here from the NXT Breakout Tourney, also a background in Turnham Gymnastics, Kalani Jordan. Kalani Jordan, of course, who made it to the finals of the Breakout Tournament before losing to Lola Vice, also was involved in last year's Iron Survivor Challenge, and, of course, has a win over Kiana James before she got promoted to the main roster. She qualified for this, beating Wynn Sinclair.
Yeah, she is fired up. She looks ready for this. Like, again, this is a unique matchup where you legit will be happy no matter who wins, and you can make an argument for all 6 people. Like that doesn't happen very often in multi-person matches.
Yeah, and again, history to be made tonight in our opening bout here at NXT Battleground Las Vegas as all 6 women look up towards the ceiling as you see looming the NXT Women's North American Championship as the bell is rung and we're underway here. And I got to consider the strategy here. Do you try and eliminate your opponent? We talked about before, Walter, a lot of these women got bad blood with each other. Kalani Jordan, Fallon Henry, Meacham, Jada Parker, Soruka right now, who's probably the honest favorite here. Whoa.
Yeah, there's really no friends in this. And I think the strategy in a ladder match is you want to wear your opponent down enough so that it gives you enough time to climb that ladder. And, you know, you want to climb the ladder after when you're your freshest. So, do you waste the time of beating up your opponent, wearing yourself out in the process, making it harder for you to catch a breath to climb that ladder, though?
Booker T almost caught a full face of Jada Parker as Meacham just drove a ladder into her torso.
Somehow, I don't think he would have mind.
You know, I think you're right, ironically. Kalani joining right now, and Last Legend in the ring. Big missile drop kick out the corner as Soruka brings the ladder into play. And we saw, of course, the summit on Tuesday where all 6 of these women combusted on each other in 6-woman tag team action, but Soruka snatched Last Legend in the end and got the win. But we also noticed that Jasmine Nix and Jessie Jane, they were spectating, and I do think they have an outlook towards this match.
No, in these kinds of matches, Soruka, you can see, has a knee brace on her leg. So does that become a big target for everybody to just go after?
I wouldn't rule it out, especially with the fact that, again, she's coming back from a ACL injury. Again, she was gone for months. Courtesy of Blair Davenport. Nice baseball slide by Kalani and Soruka. Dropping, I believe that was Fallon Henry on the outside. And of course, these two mutual respect to each other. But as you said, only one woman can climb the summit and make history tonight. Oh, Kalani over the top. Corkscrew plunge wipes out Jada Parker. And Soruka the corner. Tumbling, wiping out Kalani on the outside. I found Henry.
It was like
close to her advantage.
It's like a half 619 there.
Take a look at the replay here. The gymnastics background of Soruka on full display. Look at a bump kick by Last Legend, wiping out Fallon Henley.
I guess you would call that a 309.
Human Demolition Derby has most ladder matches. Male and female have been in the past. Of course, we saw the first ever NXT North American champion, Adam Cole, baby, won a ladder match back at NXT TakeOver New Orleans in 2018. And that war lasted 31 minutes, and everybody was for worse for after that.
Lash the first to bring a ladder into the ring, now using it as a weapon.
Kalani, though, great escape maneuver there. Drop kick the ladder into Lash. Now bringing her in the corner. We have a ladder laid flat in the ring. Kalani and Lash, though, with the ladder. Uh-oh, no. Oh, look at the strength of Last Legend, hoisting Kalani up. And right now, Jada and Fallon inadvertently working together to pin Last Legend in the corner with the ladder. Well, that's Misha, excuse me. Misha and Jada.
Yeah, at some points you do got to work together and then turn on each other eventually, but it might be smart strategies to have to work together.
Yeah, beautiful suplex there by Soruka to Meacham. And again, strange alliances could form here because if you can neutralize the field, that means there's less obstacles for you to make the climb towards the title. It looks like Fallon Henry right now might be the first to take advantage and try the ascent. Kalani Jordan right now suspended on a very troubled bridge in the corner on a ladder. And Fallon Henry right now looking to seize the title. So Ruka ripped her up, though.
She's the first to actually try to climb the ladder.
Again, like you said, you can't immediately climb a ladder. There's no way you could have immediately climbed a ladder and they're really going here. But you see how all 60 of them are trying to take the opportunity. So Ruka right now literally sent off flying by Jada Parker. Jada.
About 4 feet short there. Oh, that hurt her glutes.
That is a horrible senton reverse drop on Kalani Jordan on a ladder bridge. And again, you put your own body at risk here just to make history. But I do wonder, we are in Las Vegas, is the risk worth it?
Was that a Meacham with a German suplex there? Now she's climbing the ladder.
And right now she stands in the pose, but here comes Last Legend right now. Woo. So close. Again, Last Legend. We talked about her being the breakout of the metaphor. Able to stop herself going face for that ladder. Meacham sent face first with the braces of that ladder.
Uh-oh.
I mean, again, it was a ladder match that defined Meacham on the NXT brand where her face was broken. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, Lash with a kick. She just kicked the hell out of Meacham right to the corner.
Well, I mean, she's got the long legs, so it's not like she had a lot of reach that was needed. Now, Last Legend right now looking to make the ascent.
But did she wear
again, the height advantage, which means she only has to climb so high to seize the title.
Yeah, she could climb. She 1, 2, 3, about the 5th rung up, and she can reach.
Then he
now go for sleeper.
Yeah, we got a rear naked choke, a sleeper hold here on Meacham. Last Legend and Meacham, the only two in the ring. Again, Meacham, former TNA Knockouts World Champion, a.k.a. Jade. Hung with the likes of Sienna and Gail Kim. Now found Henry literally hopping on the back of Last Legend with her own sleeper hold here. And Kalani Jordan, what the hell is happening here?
What the hell? Everybody's choking each other out.
That's a tower of submissions right now. As Last Legend is holding both Kalani and Fallon on her back. And Meacham finally falls and passes out.
Still Fallon getting the worst of it.
But look at Saruka, look at Saruka. Again, you try and create opportunity or you seize the opportunity.
Carpe diem. Seize the day.
And again, all these women know that as you see Last Legend climbing with Fallon and Kalani on her back. Saruka, though, climbing on the opposite side. Kalani's there, though, to the top of the ladder. Fingertips away.
Lash is literally carrying about 200 pounds on her back as she climbs the
ladder. Meacham and Fallon collide. Both women down for now. Kalani Jordan there, but Jada Parker seizing her by her hair and wrenching her across the ladder. Oh, my word. Ladder. Rear-edges the spine of Kalani Jordan, courtesy of Last Legend and Jada Parker. Almost a torture device of sorts created here.
Yeah, and again, was that really smart for Sol Ruka to break that up? You want them hurting your opponents. You should have left that alone.
Again, I'm sure there's some people that are smiling at this madness. Jada Parker right now with Sol Ruka, both women looking to make the ascent, but here comes Meacham once again. Now Meacham taking the ladder out of play for the time being. Both women able to get down, though, avoiding certain disaster. Big super kick drops Meacham.
A chop into a super kick.
Oh, my!
X Factor into the ladder.
Face first goes Jada Parker. And found Henley with a bulldog. And face first goes Saruka into a ladder.
Yeah,
now we're seeing the ladders coming to play as weapons. Uh-oh. Cazadora. Oh, my gosh. 2-for-1 special. Found him with the bulldog, the Last Legend, and the drop kick to Kalani Jordan. Both women meet a ladder.
Now Fallon Henry has her opportunity. No one's near her, and she's able to set up the ladder. But again, she picks the shortest ladder there is.
Again, that killer instinct. You just go on impulse, not necessarily intelligence. Sometimes brains go out the window here. Jada Parker found Henry up to the top of the ladder. Kalani Jordan, though, setting up her own ladder here. And so Ruka right now in hot pursuit on the same ladder with Kalani Jordan. 4 women at the summit.
Jada literally had her fingertips
play.
on.
Big shot by Kalani. Drops Saruka. Now Last Legend looking to come into play. Takes Kalani Jordan down. Jada and Fallon still there. Big right by Lash. And Jada knocked down, and Fallon taken down by Lash. And no women right now are on the ladders, but Lash can use both ladders for the ascent. Even more added leverage.
Lash literally has her fingertips on it.
So Ruka's right there, though, to meet her face-to-face. Again, so Ruka was the #1 scorer in the women's combine. The highest score, 95 overall out of 100. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Is this a superplex off the ladder?
I sense disaster. Body shot, though, by Ruka and Last Legend right now. And so right there at the top of the line, what the hell? And Sunset Flip powerbomb attempt, trying to rip Last Legend off the ladder. Can she do it, though? Lash holding on for dear life. Able to force Ruka to break the hold.
Whew, avoiding disaster, Lash. That would have been about a 14-foot drop.
What the hell? Oh, boy. Misha Fallon, Kalani, Ruka, across the ladder bridge. And the ladder buckles on Last Legend's back.
And all the women cheering about their work, but you need to get to go. You need to focus on what you got to do to win this match now.
Yeah, to your point, I think they realize now they have the best opportunity they can. 2 ladders set up in the ring. All 5 of these women right now literally just scrambling. Again, oh, God, what a headbutt. Good night, Fallon. By Micha. Big high kick by Ruka. As hashtag NXT Battleground trending worldwide on the X, #1 trend in the United States. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Nice satellite DDT by Meacham to Kalani Jordan using Jada Parker for a springboard. And Mason right now looking to make the ascent. Will she claim the NXT Women's North American Championship? But Fallon Hammer and Ruka there takes down 1 ladder. Meacham, though, able to change position up towards the summit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, man! Stun gun across the top rope. Nasty landing from Meacham across those steel cables, taunted to the max. Get to the midsection as this continued onslaught continues. Jada Parker hit up Ruka, drops her face first with a gourd buster. Again, this is just the start of our night, Walter. This is just the start of our night here at the UFC Apex NXT Battleground Las Vegas.
Yeah, this is just the beginning. And now Jada all by herself in the ring. Nothing but opportunity and space for her.
It would have been the first time she's conquered adversity and seized opportunity. Jada Parker, though, taken down once again by Meacham. And, of course, we've seen the bad blood develop since Meacham arrived in NXT, particularly against Jada Parker.
So Ruka coming into the screen now.
Ruka, though,
Soul Snatcher!
Holy hell!
I knew we were going to see off the
ladder!
Did I call it or did I call it? No, I knew we were going to see one of those tonight.
And Meacham and Ruka right now looking to claim the prize. Kalani Jordan taking Meacham out, though. Kalani Jordan climbing up fast. Ruka and Kalani are there. Kalani trying to grab it first. Both women with a high kick. Both women take each other down. And we're once again back to ground zero.
And then Meacham standing up in the corner. Last Legend was taken out. She's still out on the ground.
And Ruka taking up and over the clothesline by Meacham right now. Meacham looking to isolate herself in the ring. Oh!
A jumping sidekick.
Yeah, got enough of it as you see Meacham right now. Uh-oh. And Kalani split leg. Moonsault drop on Meacham across the ladder. Get there, Kalani. Get there. Kalani Jordan has a chance. Kalani Jordan is there. Kalani Jordan with a field back.
Kalani Jordan
is the first ever NXT Women's North American Champion.
I gotta say, I honestly didn't see that happening, but I'm happy for her. She deserves it.
Phenomenal effort and display of speed, intensity, and innovation here by all 6 women as Kalani Jordan seized the opportunity, wiping out Meacham and immediately trailblazing her way up the ladder. Congratulations to Kalani Jordan, the first NXT Women's North American Champion. What a breakout moment.
Yeah, she sped up that ladder. She's wearing her Sonic Blue and ran up there.
Yeah, let's take a look, by the way, at what took out Last Legend. She was not getting up after her spine got rearranged off that ladder bridge throw by everybody else. Wild, intense moments here on this all through this match. Meacham with that DDT. Meacham sent for the ride and literally stun gun across the top rope. It was 6 women who fought everything possible. It was Ruka that snatched 2 souls on her way to try and get to the summit. including this one off the ladder. That was amazing. But again, Kalani Jordan, split leg moonsault drop on Meacham across the ladder. Isolated the ring by herself, literally saw the ladder, raced up as fast as she could, and seized the title and strikes it rich in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
congratulations to Kalani Jordan.
She was able to cash in her chips for a big pop.
Yep. And again, there's only one first. Kalani Jordan makes history as the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion. Gotta love it.
It just occurred to me right now, I forgot to put the graphic up, so sorry to the 6 participants, but congrats to Kaylani. That's awesome.
Woo.
Very good for her.
Area intermission here. Action starting off hot, fast, and furious. Jeff, your takeaways regarding that match. Again, we talk about the moments. I mean, there were definitely some standout moments, but that soul snatcher off the ladder by Soul.
That was absurd.
That was crazy.
I definitely called one of those happening.
You did.
Yeah.
Tremendous effort by all 6. Great match.
Fun match to start it off. Great energy to get the whatever crowd they have in there. It didn't seem like it's a big crowd, and they charged a lot for these tickets. So I guess
we are in Las Vegas.
To have a big crowd.
We are in Las Vegas, to be fair.
Well, right, but
you
sitting in the back of the Apex, for lack of a better term, was 150 out of the gate. It's like, damn. So,
oh wow,
yeah, a little crazy.
Oh, well, all right.
Well,
we got moments to breathe here. Again, I hope everybody's enjoying the conversation, the reactions, the commentary, and our coverage so far. As we do this for all the biggest shows across all professional wrestling, WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, NJPW, sometimes, and of course AEW and TNA. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't need to dictate. At Casting Studios, the Jeff Meacham Network, super chat, simple as that. I want to give a shout out to Mr. NXT himself. It's his brand, the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams. Please follow and support him at Casting 18 Studios as we continue to see history unfold here tonight at NXT Battleground, Las Vegas.
Yeah. When you're talking about prices, UFC charges ridiculous prices in general. Like, I've never even been to a UFC event.
I don't imagine how much that is.
Like, if they go to New York, like a John Jones ticket, easily $600-700 for like high seats.
That's it's one of those. They're so, if you're on Peacock, they're doing the top 10 crazy announced reaction of the year so far, and Matt Creedon, you're killing himself eating is number 10.
We all learned this year Michael Cole has a personality that you should respect.
We also learned Michael Cole is one of the most patient men in wrestling.
Sounds like me.
God, it's he puts up with almost as much shit as you do.
Out of nowhere!
Yes.
Sorry.
Freaking McAfee calling Dominic a dude wipe was one of my favorite things that should never have been a reality because it's so wrong.
But it's right.
But he's right. Yeah, he's out of line, but he's not wrong. He's a dude wipe. After he used a dude wipe, it's like, oh, goddamn, Pat. Oh, my God. The Rock Diss in Utah is always going to be one of my top 10 things ever because he's so right. Damn Utah.
Oh, man.
I'll never forget the Bulls Jazz rivalry. I don't give a shit.
I mean, again, you're not wrong. And Michael Cole yelling.
Wait, hang on. For that diss, I got to put on the right hat. Hang on. There we go. The hell of Utah Jazz. Okay, there we go. I feel better. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Freaking. They haven't been relevant since 1998.
You know, Jeff, if we were to go through the Watch Love and archives, I think there's more than enough commentary moments between me, you, Walter, James, and JJ that could be its own top 10 if we dared to try.
Oh no, easily. I love how the Snoop Dogg thing is number 5, and it's like that was such a train wreck when he was at ringside at WrestleMania. That was so bad.
Yeah. Some people did not be on a headset.
Sheamus with the bum rush.
I
think he'll scared the shit out of Pat with that one.
You think or you know?
I think.
You think? I think.
Truth. Oh my God. You got Truth, which is bad enough. Then you got Miz, and then you got Pat, and Michael Cole's just like, I don't work here. I don't want to do this.
Then we go to WrestleMania again, and Roman Reigns speared The Rock, and that was a night that I almost broke my headset with the moments during that freaking WrestleMania 2-night showcase.
Dude, Pat was almost in the cheap seats when he reacted to the Rock spear. Oh my God.
He almost fell in the cheap seats when Drew McIntyre threw a microphone at him.
That was scary. That was scary. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, even Michael Cole's like, you should really sit down, Pat.
Yeah.
I was with Michael Cole there.
Dude,
Again, the madness I sometimes deal with y'all here on commentary.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy that has to freaking keep my integrity.
I have been literally right here with Drew McIntyre, like this close. He is a big man. And I am not about to upset him. And that was back in 2011 when he was, timid for Drew McIntyre standards. 2024 McIntyre, I'm not pissing him off for any amount of money or any reason.
Yeah, you don't got to tell me twice.
Yeah, no. Yes, please beat up my co-host. I'm good. Yeah, dude. Self-preservation, Mucker Brothers.
Yeah, you go to do your crazy thing. I'm going to.
I'm going to look this up. I was going to look it up when I was watching SmackDown. This Fanatics Fest thing in New York. I am just dead ass curious.
Hulk Hogan, Cody Rhodes, and Rhea Ripley.
That's why I'm dead ass. That's the weekend after Hogan's birthday.
My wife keeps asking me if I want to go. She's gonna try to send me, but I
still don't know if I'm gonna go to SummerSlam. The fact that my job recognizes my spirit and fandom of professional wrestling, they got me a ticket for Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, is still ridiculous.
Yeah, I am just genuinely okay. The website doesn't work. Cool.
It's probably overblown. Speaking of overblown, I think All Ego Infant Page may have overblown his welcome in NXT as he's infuriated the entire NXT roster, including what I believe is Ora Metzel right there, assaulting him in the hotel, to your point from earlier.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I thought it was Trick, but that was my bad.
Yeah, Trick Williams, again, guys got to be calm, cool, and composed, while his other half, outside the ring, Last Legend, was unable to create history. Trick Williams is going to continue his legacy in the Whoop That era, as All Ego Infant Page looks to take the spotlight tonight in his first ever match under the WWE banner. And apparently that's the main event still to come tonight. Damn it. Oh, but Walter.
Oh, I think we're going underground.
Well, you see a little Vice right now getting taped up. Her hand getting taped up here.
She looks serious. Ain't no dancing around. Ain't no nothing.
No,
yeah, but you can
absolutely
see about
not.
Shayna Baszler, who's literally boxing up right now in her home. The UFC former NXT Women's Champion, who held the NXT Women's Championship for the most combined days in NXT history. The Queen of Spades.
She's familiar with this company and the feeling of it.
Well, it looks like we're going to switch gears now as we get back inside the Apex and get ready for a tag team match in time for the NXT Tag Team Championship match.
As the Good Brothers coming out first as the challengers.
Pretty much going the way we predicted it as far as the match order. So,
yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. We'll see if we're accurate here. Gallows and Anderson, of course, came from the main roster representing the OC, former Raw Tag Team Champions, TNA Tag Team Champions, and, of course, IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, looking to add NXT Tag Team Championships to their resume. It's one of those things, though, where, again, I'll say it earlier. When the Good Brothers invaded, let's call it what it is. The Good Brothers invaded NXT. It's almost like they were literally just playing up what Axiom and Nathan Frazier were talking about these main roster superstars coming down and trying to take over their brand.
Yeah, the timing of it was like right after they started saying that.
As we wait for the champions to come inside the Apex here. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at some of our comments from previously before we get going here. Shout out to Big G, the baller himself. Big G, I'm looking forward to calling Clash the Castle onside you, my friend. Definitely going to keep that in mind. So Ruka extremely impressed him. His new face. There you go. Daniel Damana saying Clyde joined the first ever NXT North American Women's Champion. Congrats to her on making history. Matthew surprised by that. Safety with the holy yes. Daniel with the congrats. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Again, shout out to all you in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Always appreciate the usual bygomers. And if you're new to the channel and the Multiverse Media, welcome. So again, Kate Rare, Daniel, Mike Nelson, Pop, of course, Safety, Jordan Kirby, my brother, the Casual King, again, we talked about Big G. Yeah, Bash in Berlin. Sorry, all the words getting messed up tonight. WWE. I think what I said is better though. They just did Bash in Berlin because both words start with B. David Frazier and Axiom, of course, who won the NXT Tag Team Championship as we get back to regular action here, beating the Wolf Dogs, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin, going into their third defense. They are the 37th Tag Team Champions in NXT history. Bell reigns are underway.
Here we go.
Yeah, of course.
Carl,
go ahead.
No, I was just going to announce who's starting for each team, but you could do that.
Yeah, you're good. I was going to say this, though. I feel like you can see that in the audience. There's a bit of a lull here. Of course, Axiom and Nathan Frazier do not have nearly as much tag team experience. Oh, my goodness. As the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, and the Big LG, Luke Gallows. Ugh. And, of course, Axiom right now with a bullseye on his shoulder, Walter. You see the heavy kinesio tape on the left shoulder.
Yeah. Especially after being beat down outside of the merch truck.
Yeah, of course, we saw that assault. That was like the last advantage that the Good Brothers basically tried to create here tonight. Nathan Frazier right now looking to pick up speed, running the ropes right now by Axiom. Got him in the... Oh, man. Never slowed down with these two. Cover by Nathan. It's a 1 count.
The funny thing is, don't sleep on Carl Anderson. He's just as fast as both of the members of... As Axiom and I don't know why I can't think of his name with them.
Nathan Frazier.
Yeah.
You're good. Nathan Frazier, I got you. I'm learning W names. I still think they suck. And to your point, you got Carl Anderson, former G1 Climax finalist. Side headlock right now by the Machine Gun. There's a tag by Axiom here, sending him off into the ropes. And again, you want to try and slow down the tag champions if you can. Axiom right now with the cover, hook the far leg, gets a 2 count.
See,
of course, Axiom and Nathan Frazier became a tag team out of a rivalry on respect. Axiom, a former Heritage Cup holder, along with Nathan Frazier, also at one point. Big knife edge chop. That.
When your rivals become your friends instead of your enemies.
Again, do you wonder if they're stronger as allies or that they became better while they were foes? And again, we're talking about Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They're coming in here, to your point, bruised, but angry. And again, emotions can make you do foolish things. Oof, gets a midsection. Carl Anderson right now. Go ahead.
Anger can also be one hell of a motivation.
Well, yeah. But again, I always say pride before the fall, your own hubris, emotions can literally make you do foolish things.
Oh, yeah.
Good bars right now. Carl Anderson, the only one that's been in the match so far for his team. David Frazier up and over, flipping out to the other side, hooking up. Oh, man! Landed face first, Carl Anderson into the second turnbuckle. Axiom to the tag off the top rope. Big cross body. And a cheap shot to the Big LG. Not sure how wise that was, though. Now off the second. Oh, and Carl Anderson takes advantage.
That's a veteran move and veteran ring awareness. He knew he was near the ropes, and all he had to do was kick it.
Yeah, he literally took his legs out from underneath him. Nasty landing by Axiom as the Big LG's in. Luke Gallows. Again, goes back to that experience value, not only as a tag team, but also in tag team wrestling that the OC, the Good Brothers, of course, come in here with. We've got the big man now in the match, the Power. Whoa, my!
The OC, the Good Brothers, the Bullet Club, whatever you want to call them.
Well, you're Bullet Club for life, so I strictly stick with that. OC is just WWE marketing because WWE is just a marketing juggernaut. Annoying at times. And the hammering elbows to the point of that damaged shoulder of Axiom now by Luke Gallows. And right now you see that the challengers have slowed down and completely neutralized the tag team champions' momentum. Axiom right now trying to force a break, trying to make an escape. Big headbutt, though, by Luke Gallows.
Look at the size difference. He's like half of what Gallows is.
Yeah, and you had to imagine that Nathan Frazier and Axiom were doing everything possible to try and avoid this. They knew that if LG came in, they were going to be in trouble. Oh, God, what a right.
Yeah, they did not want Anderson to tag at all.
And Anderson right now, and And Gallows taking advantage of Axiom as Carl Anderson ties himself back in. Carl Anderson, former never openweight champion, by the way, multiple never openweight champion. Shot to the midsection there by Axiom right now. It's Carl Anderson right now. It's just trying to insult him, playing mind games, get in his head. Big knife edge chop to Axiom. Cover by Carl. 2 count only.
Showing a lot of heart. Axiom is kicking out after that.
Yeah, right now the champions, though, taking a lot of punishment. Nathan Frazier can do nothing about it. You see Nathan Frazier waiting in angst on the corner. And again, to my point earlier, the whole point of the Good Brothers here, this is a goal that they want to add to their resume. They never held the NXT Tag Team Championships. They held the Raw. They held the IWGP. They held TNA. They held other gold across the independent scene. But they never held gold in NXT.
They literally have held gold everywhere they went except NXT.
Pretty much. Despite every company they've been fired from, they've held gold in every company they've been part of. Ain't that ironic? With
And
victories over the likes of the Briscoes. Vengeance, good grief!
All the repackaging and all the things that Gallows had to go to, from Festus to the fake Kane to everything he's had to go through to pay his dues to be where he's at now.
Yeah, and again, that's got mad respect for him doing that. Tag to Carl Anderson as Anderson was looking at Crosley in the corner. But Carl Anderson neutralizing that. Coming in Zaguri, though. Accident trying to fight back, though. Takes out Gallows the rope. Tag to David Frazier. Here comes Frazier off the top rope. Again, now we're going to pick up speed here. Beautiful sling blade by the former protege of Seth freaking Rollins. Out of black, get well soon. David Frazier up to the second rope, up and over. Carl Anderson right now trying to keep up with David Frazier. Beautiful! Moonsault off the second to the reverse DDT fall. Running shooting star press. Cover, hook the forward, later retain, and a kick out.
Anderson literally kicked out the last second.
Again, he needs to stay on the gas pedal right now. He needs to keep the key in ignition. Champions are back in control of this match. And you see David Frazier once again going up to the high risk district here. Off the top rope.
Moonsault? Nope.
Phoenix splash denied. Rolls through though. Carl Anderson catching him up on the shoulders. TKO! Tag to Big LG. ICM gets isolated. LG running like a freight train. Wipes out David Frazier in the corner. They might be looking to hook him up. Net breaker. That might be it. Gallows with the cover. Kick out by Frazier.
Frazier showing a lot of heart now.
And again, it shows the resilience of the champion. It shows the importance of the NXT Tag Team Champions. Not to mention the pride right now that Axiom and Nathan Frazier have to feel fighting honestly for the NXT Tag Team division. Gallows right now. Sit out power bomb cover to Axiom with a kick to
the referee was out of position and that actually bought Frazier time to kick out.
Yeah, but you also notice that Gallows was so confident his legs weren't even over Frazier's shoulders. There's the tag to Carl Anderson though.
Yeah, but that ref was really out of position, man. That bought Frazier at least 2 seconds.
Carl Anderson right now scouting a very seemingly vulnerable Nathan Frazier, but he's being lured into false security. Whoop, Frazier. Nice Zaguri. Axiom now with the tag. Now Axiom going up to the top rope, looking to fly. Up and over Carl Anderson, though. Rolls through again. Grab that shoulder, though. Spine buster planted.
Arn Anderson spine buster.
Double A approve on that one. Good grief. Spiking him down with his body in the process. And they might be looking for that old recipe. Axiom hooked up for a... Wait a minute. Whoa, look at the reversal. The super kick by Frazier to Anderson. Now we got a sleeper hold on Gallows, but Carl sends Frazier to the outside. Now Frazier taking Carl to the outside. Axiom's got Gallows down. Gallows might be going out here. Axiom might be looking to submit or incapacitate the big LG. Can Luke Gallows find a way to escape this? Anderson trying to break away from Frazier here. But that's a lot of power to try and neutralize the big man.
That was a hell of a reversal of the Magic Killer, though.
Yeah, again, great counter awareness as they once again look for that recipe up on the shoulders again. Might be looking for something different actually here. Axiom right now might not be able to escape off the ropes. Single leg kick. Oh, man.
A boot and a TKO.
And that might be it for new. Oh, my God.
Where the hell did Frazier come from?
Out of nowhere, off camera, clearly. I think that was a top rope springboard splash.
Did he land on Axum's ankle? He's grabbing his ankle hard.
Yeah, I think that was just one of those instinct moves to save the match. We might damage his partner in the process. And Carl, for that matter. Izaguri to LG. Carl Anderson right now grabbing his knee. Big uppercut, though. Wipes Frazier out. Carl and Axiom are still legal.
Roll up!
What's that Kratos? Small package by Axiom. Whoa! The kick out again by Carl. It's a kick, though.
Ooh,
Carl down for now. Tope Suicida trying to wipe out the big LG. Rot, though. Frazier, though, looking to follow up the Tope. And Luke Gallows catching Nathan Frazier. Oh, boy.
Choke slam.
God on the apron.
Choke slam on the hardest part of the ring.
That running karate kick by Carl Anderson. Isolating Axiom. Again, Axiom and Carl Anderson are legal. Oh, Lord. What the hell is this?
Super TKO? What's he going for?
Off the second rope, inside. Avalanche TKO! Is it enough for a hook on the leg? Middle of the ring? No!
How the hell did he kick out of that, Noah?
I have no idea what Axiom is made of right now or feeling with the fact he survived that offense. And once again, Carl Anderson looking for something big here out of the corner, perching Axiom on the top rope. It looks like Axiom might have had a guillotine for a moment, trying to fight back. Axiom right now by himself. Nathan Frazier has been neutralized on the outside after that choke slam on the apron.
I think I saw Frazier stirring around a second ago. There was a quick camera shot. Yeah, there he's back in the frame now.
Big LG also back in, taking up and over with the double clothesline. Lands on his feet, though. Axiom still legal. Frazier looking to fly. The Tope this time connects. Wipes on LG on the outside.
Frazier might be looking for the hot tag.
Yep. And Axiom right now hooked up Carl Anderson, but Frazier's legal.
Spanish fly.
Spanish fly off the top.
But he tagged. Okay.
And Frazier looking to rise like a phoenix tonight in Las Vegas. Phoenix splash connects. Hook up the far leg and the champions retain.
Man, I'm 0 for 2 in predictions.
You never slow down with Axiom and Nathan Frazier.
No, this is a constant go, 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 go.
Well, great effort by the Good Brothers here, coming in with a game plan, trying to neutralize Axiom, who came in already with a damaged shoulder. What a victory here for the tag team champions. Still the leaders, the face of the NXT tag team division, Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Take a look at this.
Spanish fly. Beautiful Spanish fly.
Perfect execution up the top rope, dragging Carl into the drop zone for this beautiful Phoenix splash by Nathan Frazier. That's just a hard, true fact to get the victory tonight in Las Vegas.
So, Noah, Jeff might be right about the whole Gallows and AJ going to TNA.
Very possible.
We'll have to see what happens at the Clash of Castle.
Well, for now, we're focusing on NXT, and right now, NXT's tag division remains led by Axiom and Nathan Frazier. Congratulations.
Now it becomes who can uncrown these two. They're on a hot streak.
And, of course, apparently safety here. Hello! Thank you for that proof. For those that don't know, that is the leader of the Knockouts division and the inaugural TNA Knockouts World Champion. That is Gail Kim.
Are we getting the North American title next?
Possibly, but Josh Briggs, who has been trying to break out on his own, is not even involved in tonight's title match. We got a promo here. Changing gears for a moment. At one point, it was about them. It wasn't about him. Again, Brooks Jetson, Josh Briggs, changing gears real quick. Former NXT Tag Team Champions, NXT UK Tag Team Champions.
Look at that, Gail Kim in an NXT. Well, Vince is gone, so who she can come back and enjoy.
Yeah, I was saying in this era, we don't got to worry about trash bags or sexual predators. What? Anyway, I didn't say anything. Josh Briggs, of course, again tried to step outside the bar, outside of Brooks Jetson and Fallon Henry as he went his own way. We saw this man hang incredibly with the likes of Dijak, not only during the Iron Survivor Challenge, but previously involved in the NXT North American Championship Triple Threat back at Stand and Deliver. Oh. Who is this?
No idea. A cheerleader? Garly Bright. Cheerleader, another gymnastics.
Well, again, the NIL program is supposed to bring in the finest athletes all across the country to be the future WWE superstars. And we saw several of them earlier tonight already in that women's North American Championship ladder match.
Is she a Michigan University cheerleader?
Well, I don't think that's Michigan because Michigan is. I'm not going to acknowledge Michigan here. What are you trying to do?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just this is a superstar spotlight apparently for a new arrival. It looks like to the NXT Women's Division, looking to level up and be a part of the white and gold. All right, so we'll see what this bright prospect might be made of inside the four-sided circle besides flips.
Her and Soul Rule are gonna have to go at it. Both gymnastics with those kind of moves.
I mean, it's not too far-fetched, to be fair.
As we get a recap of what happened last week, or last Tuesday, I should say.
Yeah, about to say, in case those are wondering, of course, we've so far have been in 2 matches. There's the results for you. Thank you, producer man. As again, right now, we're just getting some superstar spotlights for the rising superstars of the WWE, including one, Dante Chen, who was inspired by the likes of Sami Zayn. The first Singapore WWE signed superstar. Interesting. Did he just come out looking like Sub-Zero?
I was just thinking that. Sub-Zero?
Bloody hell. All right. Well, again, I guess he and Lex is king right now in a rivalry, and it looks like he's being endorsed by Robert Stone, who I almost feels like at this point is becoming an assistant to Ava Ray. So it looks like we're seeing both women and men start to level up in NXT, even though level up barely exists as it seems. But all right,
maybe they're doing the spotlight thing as a filler because they're taking the ropes off to do the underground match.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's exactly because of that. And again, so much history to be made tonight as W continues to expand their brand, expand the outlook on their take on professional wrestling. Damn it. As in 2026, for the first time ever, what the hell are they thinking? But they're going to do it. SummerSlam becomes a 2-night event. The biggest part of the summer just got longer. In 2026 from Minnesota, SummerSlam, 2 nights.
How
often US Bank Stadium.
How often does WWE advertise something 2 years in the make ahead of time?
This is beyond game busters. This just makes me wonder what the hell they're going to do in 2025. And again, are we on the verge of the Big Four all becoming 2-night spectaculars? August 1st and 2nd, 2026, SummerSlam. The hell?
I might have to go to Minnesota.
Again, if we are still here, of course, thinking about SummerSlam. SummerSlam, of course, this year, I may go. I don't know yet. Will be emanating from my neck of the woods right here in Ohio, in Cleveland. From the Cleveland Browns Stadium, of course, we will present WWE SummerSlam here. Saturday, August 3rd. You still can get your tickets, of course. You can be along for us for the ride. We'll have simple predictions. We'll have reactions, commentary. You might have reliable Renegade doing the shenanigans. You might have JJ and James once again. I might actually do a SummerSlam this year, but I actually don't go to it. Who knows? But stay tuned for more on that.
If you go, I guess it'll be me and JJ. Yeah, if you go, I guess it'll default to me and JJ.
Possibly, but for right now, it's you and me as we are super reliable, as we are continuing to call NXT Battlegrounds. The sun has set and the neon lights are on bright here in Las Vegas. There you see a beautiful overhead shot of the Las Vegas Strip. And there you see, of course, our current NXT Women's Champion, the prodigy, Roxanne Perez, now a 2-time NXT Women's Champion, looking to overcome the greatest test to date in her young wrestling career as Fit Mama Pump Jordan Grace, who holds the TNA Knockouts World Championship, the most prestigious prize in all women's professional wrestling here, looks to obtain the gold from NXT and take over.
That woman has more muscles in places most people don't have places.
And you see what's going on here inside the UFC Apex as the ropes have been removed. And we are about to go underground at Battleground.
They were doing filler to remove the ropes.
And you see all these guest prospects of NXT here gathering at little campus side here.
Here we go. My excitement just went through the roof now.
Dana Baszler, Lola Vice, Bellator versus UFC, striking versus technical capability. The Queen of Spades versus someone what's nicknamed Master. NXT Underground, Lola Vice, Shayna Baszler.
Taekwondo is literally all about strikes, kicks, and strikes.
Well, again, she's been training in Taekwondo since she was 2 years old, and she has a black belt in it. But again, Shayna Baszler is multidisciplined, literally trained by Warhammer. Josh Barnett has backgrounds in Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA. And every one of her fights that she won were via submission.
And I as I stated earlier, she's coming off Josh Barnett's blood sport, where she stomped the hell out of Misha and knocked her out.
Yeah, Masha
literally
Slamovic,
kicked
lost
her
via ref stoppage.
Yeah.
Of course, we know, for those that don't know, her former name is Valerie Loredo, a.k.a. Lola Vice, women's MMA prospect signed to WWE, and the first Cuban-American signed WWE superstar. Of course, won the breakout tourney, failed to capture the title, though, earlier this year at Vengeance Day. But you see the ferocity and her fierce striking ability, Walter.
And Shayna really was the first one to go from that MMA world into the world of professional wrestling in this generation. She was like that first female to do this transition, and now so many people have followed her, like Alola, like Ronda Rousey. All these people are following her, and she set the precedence. And now she's like, everybody's just copying me. I gotta put people in their place and show what I can do and why I was the first to do this.
Again, Shayna Baszler came down to literally be in the corner of Lola Vice. But all Lola Vice has been doing is shaking her ass, and she almost got put to sleep for it. Shayna Baszler, of course, the woman that has held the NXT Championship the most combined amount of days, and to your point, the first female mixed martial arts combatant to cross over into the world of professional wrestling. Broken limbs, knocked out teeth, literally have rearranged jaws with those knee strikes. The baddest bitch in NXT history.
I mean, she took Ronda Rousey out.
Yeah,
although WWE didn't do much with it after that.
Yeah, that's a whole different story. But when it comes to Shayna Baszler, she's as legit as it gets.
Yeah. Lola makes one mistake, like I was saying in the preview. You leave one limb out, she's going to snatch it.
Yeah, I don't think Lola Vice will have any reason to dance after this if she falls asleep tonight to the Queen of Spades.
Yeah, you don't want to dance. You don't want to. You got to take a match like this serious.
Well, again, to your point, it's not a match. It's a fight. It's a legit fight.
Yeah, it's a fight.
We've had Thiago Alves, of course, give his own 2 cents toward this, along with Roxanne Modafferi, former and current UFC and MMA fighters, Josh Barnett, the literal coach, and the founder of Bloodsport.
What's
Not
the
to mention
percentage?
Hannah Goldie, MMA fighter and trainer, give their own 2 cents, and pretty much all of those analyst takes were kind of split down the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the stats in terms of what people picked there, Noah? How many people went for? Is it split down the middle?
Good question. Let's go ahead and take a look at that, because I do think this is one of those matches that was very polarizing based on both these women's background and also what it could mean for either going forward. But we do know this: no matter what, Shayna Baszler's got tag team gold opportunities ahead. Lola Vice might be looking at nothing ahead, right, if she gets knocked out here tonight.
She's got nowhere to go but up. I think Lola needs this match more, or this fight.
Right, yeah, and you see right now, number 8 ranked UFC fighter taking in tonight's activities at the UFC Apex.
Oh, that's Brandon Moreno,
2-time UFC flyweight champion. You know very well, Walter.
Yeah, that man has a lot of heart. He goes at it, and
oh boy,
I was sad when he lost that title, to be honest.
Oh man, here we go.
Moreno might be involved.
Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades, has arrived back home in her domain, the UFC.
Moreno might be involved in the first 4-time rematch. Like, he was in a trilogy. You might have to be with a 4 times with his opponent because of how much they were fighting back and forth. But here's Shayna, who was, as they're showing her history, she was on Team Rousey in The Ultimate Fighter when they were in the house in 2013.
Yeah, former bantamweight competitor, of course. You know, it's funny that we didn't get no perspective from Ronda Rousey regarding this match. And here comes Lola Vice.
Valerie Loreda. She keeps talking down about WWE.
Whoa, look at Valerie with the UFC jacket here. Looking again, Shayna Baszler's head. Of course, Lola Vice never competed in the UFC. She competed in Bellator MMA. To your point, by the way, Walter, a majority did go with Shayna Baszler, but it's 55 to 45%. So it's still a very, very polarizing poll amongst 42 participants. And thank you, everybody, for submitting your predictions in tonight ahead of this combat that's about to take place.
Lola is taking this serious. There was no shaking. She's got her gi on. She bowed, and she went right to the center.
Again, then in Underground, there are no counts. There are no pinfalls. The only way to win is via knockout, TKO, or submission. There is no other way this fight ends. Let's go down to Mike Rome for introductions here.
Lola removed her gi now. She's ready for this.
And again, Lola Vice, I will say, has some of the fastest fists I've ever seen.
Yeah, her spinning back elbow was crazy.
Not to mention that high kick that knocks people out.
Yeah, definitely shows the Taekwondo background with that spinning heel kick.
The thing about this, though, Shayna Baszler comes in with a weight advantage and experience advantage, but I don't know necessarily she has the reach advantage when it comes to Lola Vice and the quick instincts of her striking.
And this is a big fight field, man.
In the fight capital of the world, in the building, home to Ultimate Fighting Championship, bell rings are underway here. This is not going to be pretty. This is going to be downright gritty. You see both women right now squaring up, and you see Lola Vice immediately going for a strike here. Shayna Baszler squaring up, protecting herself.
Shayna going for the leg kicks to take out Lola's legs, which is what you want to do with somebody who's Taekwondo.
Well, again, you cover this for a living, Walter. I mean, how do you combat a style like this? Well, I guess that's how you do. You literally grab a opponent and take them down and stuff a butthole in them.
Shayna showing a wrestling, like a amateur wrestling background. She went for the double leg takedown and then some ground and pound, and Lola had to roll off the mat.
Again, Lola Vice is in Shayna Baszler's world. Again, Shayna Baszler lived in the UFC. Lola Vice is lucky enough to be in it for the time being, but also this is still WWE, a weird combination of the two. She was driven into that side partition of the arena.
Yeah. We're going outside. There's no MMA moves. This was the professional wrestling aspect, throwing her into a wall. They don't care right now.
Well, again, it's an unruly environment where there's no limits to what you can do in it, as long as it leads to tap out, knockout, or total knockout. Oh, man. That's a reflex. High on the back of the head and neck. Judo toss by Shayna Baszler. Went for that kick. Caught, though. Great counter again by Shayna. And now transition to an ankle lock.
Now, this is what Raw Underground was originally intended to be, but they screwed it all up.
Yeah, there's Lola Vice, though, going to tap, going to quit, going to roll through and find escape. She can't grab anything here. There's no ropes.
I was just going to say, there's no ropes to grab. Even if there was no rules. She wouldn't have to let go.
And, of course, that ankle right now literally being tortured by Shayna Baszler as she rolls for and sends Shayna head first, I think, into the ring post.
Yeah, she went face first into the post. Ouch. That'll rearrange your nose.
And good awareness by Lola Vice right now, trying to take advantage. Now looking for her own rear naked choke. Again,
rear naked choke. Yeah. She's got the leg lock now. What she needs to do is put one leg over the other and put it in the triangle position to restrict Shayna's breathing and make this even more lethal.
Yeah, about to say, she doesn't have that properly positioned to Shayna Baszler's point. She's able to find an escape and literally turn this into her favor. You see Shayna with the leverage now, getting to her knees. Lola Vice on her back, though, still trying to maintain the hold. Again, Lola Vice doesn't have a background in submissions. She has a background in Taekwondo, and that's a striking discipline. Right now, trying to wear Shayna Baszler down after driving her head first into that ring post. And keep in mind, those turnbuckles are also exposed. That still rings along those posts. Oh, God!
Oh, Shayna literally jumped into the NXT rookies, I guess.
Yeah, just call it what it is. Call it the standard bearers, and literally just threw Lola Vice into them. Fell to the outside to force the break. Hard landing for Lola Vice. I think her head hit the back of the floor.
I think so, because she keeps grabbing her head. But now she's doing some striking to the body.
But not getting any shots in as, oh my gosh, Shayna just drove Lola back first into that announce table. Uh-oh. You know, it's one thing I'm glad I don't do this actually for real, because I do not want to be when that announce table is torn apart.
Yeah, man. Don't really. Nah, I got no table to sit at.
I mean, again, Shayna Baszler. I mean, I think Shayna Baszler's taking this personal more than anything, though, Walter. When you think about again what Lola Vice was basically saying about her.
Yeah,
saying that she's jealous. Like seriously, she's jealous of Lola Vice. Get real.
Shayna has a chip on her shoulder. I feel like she thinks the world forgot about her. And she's literally set the path of women transitioning from MMA to professional wrestling, and she's taken for granted.
Shots to the body again. Shayna Baszler trying to block the Lola Vice, trying to get the balance exchange. Double leg takedown though. And Shayna Baszler teeing up against Lola. Lola trying to cover up though, looking for a knockout.
That was literally some good ground and pound, man. That would take you out.
Yeah, I think one of those shots caught Lola. You see her grabbing the side of her head. Now, oh no! Shayna just drove her knee into the announce table as Lola fell out of the way. Pure awareness, if nothing else, or perseverance for another day.
This may be the turning point.
Watch this, Walter. Golly.
Yeah, this may be the turning point of the fight, Noah, because now her knee is compromised.
Again, you have a compromised knee. That affects so much of your strength. And right now, Lola might be smelling blood in the water, looking to take that leg across the ring post.
I thought she might have been setting up like that figure four off the post.
Again, knees are not meant to bend, let alone legs and ankles in that direction. Lola Vice right now in the dominant position, kick to the hamstring.
Nice strikes to the hamstring, knee, back of the knee. There it is, grapevine leg lock.
Yeah, it's a knee bar, Walter. That's a knee bar.
Yeah.
Look at Shayna right now. Now, obviously, Shayna in angst. Again, it would be absolutely insane to see a conscious Shayna Baszler tap out to Lola Vice. And you see Lola now changing position, modified toe hold.
Oh my God. Not supposed to bend that way, Noah.
Again, the knee doesn't bend like that. Again, the knee is the joint of that, and it's being applied.
I hope Shayna did her stretches.
Shayna, though, traveling Karafuda. Again, Lola changing position, though. Back to the ankle lock now. Now Shayna Baszler trying to find an escape and trying to fight for the pain.
Again, striking is her discipline. She's not the greatest in submissions, but she's trying. She saw the compromised knee and knew what to focus on.
And right now, taking Shayna back down to the mat and literally trying to go for that knockout again, trying to bring those strikes into play. Shayna covering up, though, now trying to lock the arm, hammerlock attempt. Once again, though, Lola, though, looking for the knockout blow. Shayna covering up again here.
But the
Lola's just relentless on this assault.
Now they're out. She was in Shayna's guard, which she could turn that into a Kimura.
I think you got it with her elbow right now. Able to get back up to her knees, though. Shayna, though, still refusing to stay down. Lola, once again, going back to the rear naked choke, the sleeper hold.
Lola has to wrap her legs the right way right now.
But again, when this is not your discipline, it's one of those things where you try and see if you can find a way. And right now, Shayna Baszler might be going to sleep or might be just slowing down her breathing, false security. And Shayna back to her feet, stopping Lola Vice the same way she beat Matza Slamovic, though. Head
kick.
That might be it. And Shayna on the attack, though. Lola, though, back to her feet. Judo toss again by Shayna Baszler. And Shayna teeing up again against Lola. Look at her cover up here.
Kirk hit her clutch.
Careful the clutch and the laser grapevine. Shayna's got her down middle of the ring. Will Lola Vice go down? Will she pass out? Will she tap out? Is there an escape for the Queen of Spades?
And there's no rules. You should just bite her arm.
Like, look at Lola grabbing the ankle.
Yeah, with that compromised leg, all she's got to do is lift it up high enough where it affects her knee, and she'll let go of the hold.
Look at the chest, though, of Lola Vice. Look how heavy she's breathing, how heavy it's rising and falling, though, Walter. That's got to play towards Shayna Baszler. Conditioning has to play a factor here at some point.
Yeah, and the fact that she has the leg lock, that restricts her breathing even more.
Big knee rocks Lola Vice. Most
running knee
so far in this match, but again, that was with a bad knee. So how much was it?
How much damage did she do to her own knee trying to do that?
To your point, looks like she's trying to go for some bone-on-bone impact, not only alleviating some pressure, but adding to the effect of the strike. If it hits, follow up, Lola Vice, though. The spinning back fist!
There it is! That's exactly what I said.
That's gotta be it! That's gotta be it!
That's what I said, that spinning back fist, it comes so fast, and I've seen so many people get knocked out by that in the UFC. Shayna's out! Like, what is the ref doing?
Baszler's still moving, so technically she's not unconscious. Referee using discretion at this point, not calling it.
I guess
Well,
it's
the
up
vice
to the
to the
ref.
outside, though.
Shayna might have been playing possum, though, because look how quick she reversed it.
Oh, my gosh. What the hell? Shayna right now teeing up against everybody here.
What is she doing?
And Shayna right now is furious. A gut wrench grab. Oh, my.
I think she's just pissed off that her knee is compromised. She's
Oh,
trying to build
God.
adrenaline.
Big
Kind of an
axe kick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say kind of an axe kick by Lola.
Again, frustration, emotions are an all-time high here at NXT Underground. Shayna Baszler still, though, in a compromised position, as well as going to immediately back to the leg and to the knee. But, oh, wait a minute,
Shayna,
armbar. A triangle choke, possibly.
A standing triangle.
Using the apron for leverage. An added effect, but Lola's still trying to fight out, still trying to fight away. And
This
finally
is a
forced
battle.
Shayna with the hold. Push off, though, and I think Lola just went head first into the announce table.
And tripped over somebody.
Again, I mean, no one's safe in Underground, apparently. Innocent bystander is part of the casualties here. And Shayna Baszler, though, back in the dominant position. You wonder what Shayna Baszler's game plan is at this point. We still have the announce table not used. And again, this only ends via knockout, tap out, or TKO. So far, the referee has not called it. I thought Lola had her earlier with that spinning back fist. Oh, God!
No!
Shayna just driven head first into the steel ring steps, impromptu or not. That might be the lethal blow.
I think her eyes just rolled in the back of her head, Noah. That was she hit the steps pretty hard. Spinning back fist again?
Spinning back fist again!
Did I call it? I knew what she was going to go
And
for.
tee it off, and Shayna trying to cover up, and the ref calls it. That's it. That's it. It is all over.
Shayna doesn't know where she's at. She's actually attacking the ref, thinking it's Lola.
Well, that was a sudden finish, and I think to your point, Shayna went into fight mode, but referee called it.
Nah, Shayna went into pure instinct. She was out. She was laid out, and she went into pure instinct.
Yeah, reality just hit Shayna Baszler right in the face via spinning back fist. Lola Vice gets the better of Shayna Baszler tonight at NXT Underground. Referee decision.
I knew what she was going to go for. As soon as she ran, I said she's going to turn that right into a spinning back fist.
Yeah, well, again, blunt impact to the head. You see right there, to your point, Shayna Baszler was pretty much unconscious to that point. That was just an added effect. And then relentless assault by Lola Vice, just literally teeing off against Shayna, unable to cover up. The referee called it TKO.
Pure
hammer
match. Fist. Those are hammer fists that, pure ground and pound. Seen
Victory
plenty of
goes
UFC
to
fights.
Lola Vice. Yeah, victory goes to Lola Vice, who is now 2-0 in NXT Underground. Well,
that was something.
Let's put it politely. I mean, it definitely was a showcase. I don't know if Dana White approves of it, but it was in his building.
Now we got to give them time to put the ring back together, so...
Well, I mean, again, the speed of that is a whole different conversation. But again, Walter, as a UFC analyst, what's your take on that?
Yeah, that was excellent, showcasing both of them. I didn't think Shayna would get knocked out. I thought it was going to be a submission. I did predict Lola to win, but once I saw her head roll in the back of the head, in her head, I said she's going to go for the spinning back fist again because it's such a sudden impact. And in real UFC fights, you don't see that move coming. And it's such a sudden impact that your lights disconnect immediately. And that's what happened to Shayna. She went into instinct mode and started fighting the referee. And that actually happened in real life to Anderson Silva. He got knocked out, didn't know where he was at, and started picking at the referee's leg, ready to put him in the submission because he was so unconscious.
Again, we got a commercial break here. Still coming from beautiful, fabulous, neon light, bright Las Vegas. Of course, we'll be back here next year at Allegiant Stadium when WWE presents WrestleMania 41. I'm sure the deck will fully be stacked and the stakes will truly be at their highest at the Showcase of the Immortals here as the Paul Triple H Levesque era of professional wrestling continues to unfold in what could be WWE's greatest year to date.
And there will be a hotel or an Airbnb up there stacked and loaded with Jeff Meacham Network people.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Yeah.
Oh, madness.
Let me know when you need my portion of the deposit so I can send it to you.
We got to figure out who the hell's going and how much and where. Like, I really want to get in deep with Aaron on it because he and Caitlin are my Airbnb people. Like, they know they do that shit all the time because they have to stay in certain places because of Caitlin's inability to be around, like, pet dander and whatever. So
yeah,
I really want to get someplace that'll be safe for everybody on that front.
My brother does a lot of Airbnbs too. So
okay, well then it'll be a coordinated effort for sure. And since Noah doesn't want to go apparently, and that's fine, we'll just pull money and get somebody else later. Whatever.
Why are you trying to do this mission for somebody? As I'll never know.
Because there's history, and on the topic of that history, I'm going to bring in a panelist who made it back. He is going to remain off for commentary at his own request, but the Renegade is up in the house.
JJ.
What is up, gentlemen?
They let you
off work. It's been a wild night. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
It was just slow. It was slow. You know.
It's Sunday.
I got home just in time for the underground match, so I saw that.
Oh, there you go.
Aside from seeing the massive spoiler across the bottom of the screen, seeing Kaylani Jordan with the title.
Yeah,
So happy for that. I do believe she was my number one pick, Noah.
I believe
she was.
Yes.
Good job.
But yes, the story behind Vegas. I'm gonna totally like we kind of hinted around it over the years, but I'm totally throwing him under the bus this time. I don't give a shit.
I was gonna say, let's just make it short, sweet, and to the point. We tried to get Stat Boy laid, and he turned pussy down.
Yeah. We had
not one.
Well,
two.
Nay.
It was going to be a double team on the Stat Boy, and that was just too much that he could count.
Well, talk about bringing the heat. Speaking of heat, JJ, the next time we cover NXT, as this brand continues to be fired up, we'll be virtually from Toronto Sunday, July 7th, as NXT will bring Heatwave, their party of the summer, ahead of the biggest party of the summer, here on the Peacock. Anyway, continue. NXT Heatwave will emanate from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the Scotiabank Arena. Stay tuned for me and JJ for the call on that, hopefully. Or, again, might be super reliable. It's been a phenomenal time. That's Sunday, July 7th, here at JMN Multiverse of Media.
So, JJ, side note on the Toronto front, Gail Kim is there at Battleground tonight.
I'm not surprised. Since Jordan Grace is there, it does not surprise me that Gail Kim is there. Can we get that woman in the WWE Hall of Fame already?
For real.
Can we get her and Victoria like part of the same class, please?
Seriously. And can it be in Vegas just so JJ and I can see it live? Please?
Yes.
Yeah, seriously. But anyway, before we address the super chat, I do see it, G. Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
The worst part about Mikey turning it down was the people that collected the money, me, Jay, and I think Ray was in on that shit too. All three of us were taken. Matter of fact, that part of that trip, besides seeing the pipe bomb, which was crazy in and of itself,
right,
was that it was my bachelor party weekend.
Oh man, so you're trying to live vicariously.
And we all know how that turned out.
Right. Well, I'm not about to risk life and limb over stray I was trying to obtain, not of my own.
Although now he probably regrets not trying to get his own.
Regrets the shit out of it. However, I will say the slot and the video poker machines in the Flamingo got well taken care of and got drunk Jeff up in effect as a result. So that was fun.
That's also a scary thing, though.
Yes, despite the fact that I'm here, like Jeff said, I am going to stay off on commentary because I don't want to take away from Walter. If anything, I will come on for Jordan Grace versus Roxanne.
Yes.
And maybe, I think I'll just leave it at that. I was going to say maybe for Trick and Ethan Page, but Jordan Grace, Roxanne is what I really care about.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet. That should be the main event.
Yeah, we all agreed on that.
We'll just have to see, because with it being a NXT World Championship match also, they may prioritize that, even though that match literally was added less than a week ago.
Yes. I will say, I want JD at least come in for Trick's entrance, because we got to have the Booker T thing, since we can have Booker T. We got to have JD do it.
God.
Right?
Right.
There you go.
I like it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh
Shucky
no.
ducky quack quack.
Oh
No.
no.
I don't mean that
I'm
Booker
gonna-
T bullshit. That's enough of that.
I don't need two Booker T's.
No. Nobody needs two Booker T's.
No,
But yes,
Booker
thank you, Big G, for the super chat, $5. He says it's up in the air for Mania 41 since it's his birthday weekend. Just got to talk to my boys. Hey, you know what? We've already got Easter Sunday in Las Vegas on 420 with plans to get somebody getting some kind of something. Big G, you married, but it is your birthday, so we'll get you hooked up some other way, I'm sure.
Yeah, T-Con, please don't book RVD that weekend.
I swear to God, Tony Khan, you curly-headed nitwit, if you book Rob Van Dam outside of Vegas, I will find you and hunt your ass down.
Well,
don't give a
look at it this way, gentlemen. At least this year, if Tony Khan books him, it would be for Collision on 419. He would
That's
still
valid.
have plenty of time to get back home for 420, make a Mania appearance.
There you go.
Oh Lord, we're doing too much.
So I had a question asked me earlier.
Did we just hear Noah say that we're doing too much?
What?
The same guy that boasts about all the wrestling.
I'm talking about the Booker
Just
T.
said we're
the Booker
doing
T
too
madness.
much.
The Booker T madness is too much right now.
I'm going to say,
There's never too much wrestling. I'm the crazy loon that watched all of Dominion before doing this today.
You're also the crazy dude that went for 5 hours doing karaoke, having to do 4 songs out of 8 spins.
The wheel is evil. The wheel is corrupted. The wheel is a conspiracy theory against me. Damn it.
Stole the show off from under us more than usual last night, damn it.
Marlene ran that wheel, I think.
No,
that was Emmanuel's super chats that really screwed Noah over.
Emmanuel was trying to make up for the fact that his Oilers got beat last night.
Keen A Train, the wheel isn't evil, it was blessed.
Yeah, blessed be the wheel.
Lawrence Griffin.
Can I get a hallelujah? Oh, Griffin, there you go. Right on.
I'm going to
I'm
freaking
in
rent
for
you out Wednesday during our watch along. And if we do a watch along for the anniversary of Collision. Anyway.
That's right.
All right.
But yes, Big G. That goes without saying, whether people is married, engaged, or whatever. That goes without saying when we get into town. My goodness. Yeah. Anyway.
I will say the one thing that I think that would have made the underground match, and Walter, you can probably help me with this because I cannot remember his last name to save my life, but they should have gotten the UFC referee, Herb, whatever his name is, the black
Herb
dude
Dean.
with the long locks.
Herb Dean.
There
Herb
you
Dean,
go.
brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
They should have had him be the referee for the UFC style match. That would have totally made it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's Lee coming out. Where he's energetic.
I was about to say, should we get back to calling the show at this point?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Enjoy it, gentlemen.
All right.
Man,
well,
Wesley is ripped.
yeah. Well, again, Wesley, he literally has been gone since December as we get back to our regularly scheduled programming, folks, as it's time for a triple threat for the NXT North American Championship. Former champion that lost title to Dum Dom didn't get a chance for his rematch. Looking to take down the Kingdom, the Iron King, Joe Coffey of Dallas, but also trying to overthrow the ruler right now of the NXT North American division, Obed Femi, as it's time for our triple threat for the NXT North American Championship.
Wesley with his anime-inspired tights.
Hey. I still prefer the original God's Fiend. Bite me if you think otherwise. Yeah. Anyway, what's interesting about this, Walter, both Joe Coffey and Wesley qualified for this, double pinning Josh Briggs in a triple threat qualifying match. So Obed Femi knows what he's up against now. And of course, we know in triple threats there are no disqualifications, which means Dallas could run roughshod here in the UFC Apex, and that could play to Joe Coffey's advantage. We saw the Dallas lay out both Wesley and the champion on NXT.
Yeah, the triple threats are automatically the champion is, at a disadvantage right at the beginning. As we see Kofi taking off his jacket. Is it me or Kofi has like a Simon Gotch mustache?
It does have that, sort of. As we await our ruler, this physical anomaly, standing 6'4", 273 pounds, breakout star this year in the tourney, Oba Femi.
Motherfucker.
Forget almost. I think this is really the Nigerian Nightmare. This guy right here.
Yeah, there's no denying that. Who has had an incredible run as our ruler of the NXT North American division, our NXT North American champion, who is going in now to his, I believe, 4th defense after beating Brooks Jensen, Dijak, and Josh Briggs in triple threat, Dragon Lee in a rematch, and Ivar at Spring Breakin'. He is the 22nd NXT North American champion, following the lineage of Adam Cole, Ricochet, Johnny Gargano, Keith Lee, just to name an elite few, as he goes into his 152nd day as champion.
How long will this reign last? Could it be the end tonight?
Or could he surpass Wes Lee, who has the longest reign at 269 days, only stopped by Dum Dom and an injury before he could try and make a comeback, who had 11 defenses during his run, including outlasting him, Carmelo Hayes.
Exactly. The bell rings. Here we go.
Oh, again, there's no friends here. Only enemies. Only one goal in mind. That's the NXT North American champion. But you can clearly see the weight differential right now. Wesley, the smallest guy, but much more lean. And of course, Obafemi right now, outsizing both these men.
Noah, we were talking about strategy in the ladder match. Do you make an alliance to take the big guy out to guarantee a new champion as a strategy in the triple threat?
Again, sometimes, you react on the fly, and it looks like, to your point, I would say so. Joe Coffey, a schoolboy by Wesley. That's a 1 count. A private play both Joe Coffey and Wesley's advantage. Joe Coffey, who has yet to hold any form of championship in WWE. Wesley springed up to the second rope, up and over Joe Coffey. And Joe Coffey sent face first top turbo. Of course, Gallus returned literally earlier in May, wiping out Ivar, Wesley, and Josh Briggs backstage.
And Ivar is on the actual real injury list right now. So get well soon, Ivar.
Big double stomp to the spine. Again, Wesley is not scared of giants. Wesley is willing to overcome all the odds to get back to the title that he should have had a chance to regain before he got injured. Out with surgery. Nice collar twist there and into the cover. Obafemi breaks it up. Wesley's been
He literally just grabbed Wesley by the dreads to break it up. No effort. Just picked him up.
Just with ease. Just with ease. The definition of speed versus power right now here is we got Wesley versus Obafemi. Spinning Sobot. What? God, wiped out with a clothesline.
What's Wesley giving up? About 100 pounds there?
Yeah, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of tail of the tape. Obafemi stands 6'4", 273 pounds. Joe Coffey stands 5'11", 251 pounds. Wesley 5'9", 189 pounds.
Yeah. Oh my God. Is Obafemi about to suplex?
Double stalling vertical suplex. The power of Obafemi is ridiculous.
That's a capital S in the word strength.
Yeah, look at the eyes. The eyes tell the story. Obafemi teeing up against both Wesley and Joe Coffey in opposite quarters, as we're seeing Obafemi speed coming into play here.
That freight train right there, Noah.
Yeah, when this freight train stops, though, when does it get derailed is the question.
I hope he's standing tall, literally.
Wesley, wow, God, building a Joe Coffey.
He used Wesley as a battering ram, basically.
I mean, hey, use your opponent to your advantage, quite literally. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
Again, Obafemi has not been pinned or submitted since winning this title back in January. He hasn't been pinned or submitted since being part of the Breakout Tourney. He's currently undefeated in NXT.
Exactly.
Body shot, though, by Joe Coffey and Obafemi, while still Wesley is held up in the vertical suspended suplex position.
Coffey just boxing this man.
Foot kick, though, by Wesley. Joe Coffey right now looking to follow in. And Wesley trying to take advantage, sit up and over. Oh, God! Face first in the apron.
I think he hit his forehead on the apron, on the way down.
And nasty landing by Wesley somehow, though. Still back up to his feet. Catches Obafemi with the Itziguri. Shotgun drop kick by Joe Coffey. And Obafemi with less than a year of professional wrestling experience. This physical anomaly that has taken over NXT since arriving and breaking out of that tourney. What the hell is Wesley doing here off the top rope?
Oh,
no. Oh, dear God. Oh my God!
Oh my God! He literally tossed Wesley into Joe Coffey.
Holy hell, what a military press toss!
I think Wesley had to be at least 13, 14 feet in the air, Noah.
That is the highest descent I've ever seen from that position, on top of Joe Coffey, nonetheless.
That could have worked as a disadvantage at Obi. If he stayed on him, he would have technically had a cover.
That clubbing knee, though, running knee to the back of Obafemi right now, neutralized for now. Wesley put in the corner, and right now we're down to 2 men in the ring, Wesley and Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey, of course, lead of the Gallus firm, former Heritage Cup winners, former NXT Tag Team Champions, former NXT UK Tag Team Champions. Joe Coffey has won nothing.
DDT out of the
Big
corner.
German suplex off the DDT, folding Wesley up and over, and Joe Coffey right now trying to keep the ruler at bay.
What is that in the ground? Did somebody lose some tape?
Probably. Again, this is Coffey's best moment right now, though, to find a way to get the win over Wesley. There's a bat breaker over the knee.
Yeah, the best opportunity is when Obi's not in the picture.
Now we got the two giants in the ring, Obafemi and Joe Coffey teeing off, looking for the Irish whip. Obafemi denies it, though. Sent up into the ropes. Able to put on the brakes, though, since Obafemi across the top rope. Stun gun, now body shot. And stun gun right now, and body shot skiing off against Obafemi in the corner. Wesley, though. Oh, man, big running uppercut to Obafemi, catching Wesley as well, looking to climb it to the top. And Obafemi with the sidewalk slam.
Coffey showing a lot of boxing the way he's punching Obafemi.
Back to the midsection with the Vader bomb, hook of the near leg. It's a 2 count. Whew. As I say, Joe Coffey, again, we haven't seen him or Gallus since that assault May 14th. Prior to that, since February, after they lost that Gauntlet Ridge Holland. Now Joe Coffey looking to hoist up Obafemi. Oba finally through the ropes. And Wesley.
I was going to say, I don't think he'll hold his weight.
Oh, double stop! Defy driver combination impromptu by Coffey and Wesley, wiping out Obafemi in the middle of the ring.
Inverted teamwork, I guess.
And Coffey found the cover, Wesley! Almost cost himself there, knocking Joe Coffey out on top of Oba.
Coffey realizing what he did. Wesley realizing that he would cover. He caused the cover and immediately broke it up.
And right now you hear the NXT faithful rallying behind Wesley here at NXT Battleground Las Vegas. Big uppercut, though, by Coffey to Wesley. Obafemi nowhere to be found for the time being, but Joe Coffey looking to fly it. Tope Suicida to Oba, dribbling into the announce table. Still on his feet, though. And Coffey looking to follow up. Oh, God.
That's pretty smart, Joe Coffey. He's not forgetting about Obi on the outside. He's attacking both men. He's not just focusing on Wesley.
Spine first, power bomb. Obafemi just drops Joe Coffey. Looks unfazed from the outside by Joe Coffey. And Wesley set up and over. Caught by Obafemi. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh,
power bomb. He power bombed him into Joe Coffey, literally.
Yeah, release power bomb onto Joe Coffey. Take a look at this. Catching him off the tope con hello and hoisting him up. Release power bomb throw into Joe Coffey. Goes Wesley, courtesy of Obafemi.
Now Coffey and Obafemi back in the ring.
Yeah, who's going to get the better of this exchange, though? Oh, well, I guess I got my answer.
Right? That was an immediate answer.
Answering in kind. Wesley, though, appears to be denied. Handspring. Got caught by Oba, though, again. Oh, dear God. Up and around, trying to take him over the T. Harris. Didn't get all of it, though. Was able to find escape. Wesley, once again, trying to pick up speed. The handspring. Parallel kick. Between the eyes, the cardiac kick. Hook on the near leg. New champion, Joe Coffey saves the match.
Obi literally was countering everything Wesley was doing until he just got caught by that kick.
It's so close. Wesley a split second away from regaining the NFC North American Championship. And Coffey right now driving some of Obafemi, popping up Wesley. Big spine buster. Look at the leg. Is that enough to regain? No. Almost gained the key to his kingdom.
Coffey showing a little bit of frustration and wondering what he's got to do to keep them down.
Yeah, but Wesley is getting worn down. You saw the lackadaisical kick out by Wesley. Obafemi, though, again, looks like a man unfazed. Once again, popping up Joe Coffey. Oh, dear God.
Pop up power bomb.
Nope, escape. And Oba sends Joe Coffey up and over to the floor along with himself, and I think Oba's boot cut Joe's head on the way down.
I think Wesley's going to come in the frame out of nowhere.
It would be the first time the Cardiac Kid gave a heart-stopping moment. And wait a minute. Hey, Gallus! The Gallus first!
Gallus!
Mark Coffey and Wolfgang!
And you mentioned that we haven't seen that.
Provocation, anything goes. Uh-oh. Up on the shoulders. The kick and the dropouts. Femi wiped it on the outside. And Gallus right now have created a perfect opportunity for Joe Coffey to capitalize against Wesley. Now the corner, up the second, up the top, springboard, moonsaults. Setting up Wesley. Glasgow send off for the Cardiac Kid. Is that enough to stop his heart? Shoots the half, hook of the leg, new champion. No! I don't know how the hell he got out of that.
That was a lackadaisical kick out, though. He's pretty worn out.
Look at the ruler rise. Oh, boy. Oba risen from the dead. Oh, and caught Joe Coffey coming in with a forearm, looking for the tope. The Wolfgang stands to the steel ring steps. Femi right now looking to neutralize the Gallus firm.
That was a stunning forearm. He caught him coming in head first.
All right, best for the bells. Femi rot, though. Joe Coffey going for it again. Caught with a super kick, though. Is this Wesley's moment now? Femi's on the outside. Wesley, what's Wesley faking here? Everybody down right now. Wesley with mad intentions inside his head.
What's going on? What is those thoughts?
Wesley right now scouting Joe Coffey. Pop up. What a meteora. Wesley's feeling it here. Falls in with the forearm strike and a hook kick to the midsection, though. Step of Enziguri, rocking Joe Coffey in the corner. Femi nowhere to be found. And the handspring. Cardiac kick! Is it enough? Has Wesley done it to regain the championship? And Gallus pulls the ref on the outside. So close.
Too close to the ropes.
Again, there's no disqualification in a triple threat. It's perfectly legal.
Yeah,
well, Wesley just shot. Wesley had enough of the Gallus, wiping them out. Up and over the top rope to the outside. Femi once again re-emerging. And the Giant is back in the ring with the Colossus. Doesn't need the clothesline. Joe Coffey, all right, best for the bells tonight with a single leg boot. And Femi hooking up Joe Coffey. Fuck!
Ah!
Hop up, release slam. Wesley, though, looking for the Meteora. Caught, animator again, and planted.
Man,
snap, crackle, pop, pushed it up. Pop, power bomb. Femi with the cover, and the ruler retains his championship. What a match. And my God, what the hell does it take to beat this man? He said it before this match, Walter. No matter the circumstances, the result remains the same.
He literally fought 4 people just now.
What can you not say about Femi and his power and dominance tonight at NXT BATTLEGROUND Las Vegas?
Is there anyone on the rise that you can see that can beat this man? Like, I really don't see it.
To your point, is there any army, faction, group, any sort of freaking opposition that could overthrow this ruler? Gallus wasn't able to even do it.
And Gallus are no small men themselves.
Yeah, but again, Femi is no normal man, clearly. And you do not want to anger this ruler. You saw the way he rose up like a vengeful deity.
Yeah, he rose up behind them like the predator out of the water.
And Wesley very close to winning the title of the cardiac kick, but Gallus saved not only the championship, but saved their leader. And Wesley had enough, wiping Gallus out on the outside, looking to capitalize. Femi came back in, and look at this. Femi pop up release throw to Joe Coffey.
He literally released him and just went boop.
And Wesley was looking for the Meteora. Femi was unfazed and planted Wesley down with a power bomb. And then the pop up power bomb release.
Wesley didn't learn. Like, Wesley went for about 7, 8 high flying moves that OB reversed. Like, when was he gonna learn to stop trying to?
Well, all hail the ruler of the NXT North American division, Obafemi. Jesus. Whee.
As we get a commercial.
We got another commercial break here for a spotlight. As of course, Monday Night Raw emanates tomorrow. It is the Go Home show ahead of Clash of the Castle. Ilya Dragunov goes one-on-one with Braun Breaker. We also have Otis taking on Sami Zayn, and we have Lyra Valkyria taking on Io Sky right here in my hometown, Toledo, Ohio. I will be there live tomorrow night. Thank you, Mercy College. Looking very forward to that. That was very nice of them. As we have a commercial break, I'm going to go get a drink. So I'm going to leave you guys here for a moment with my colleague here and the Dads Always on Wrestling if they choose to, as we get ready for, let's just call it what it is, the first half of what should be a double main event, but the women should be the closing match. But I imagine that's next. I'll see you all in a second.
Did I just hear him correctly say that he was going to be at Raw tomorrow?
Yes.
I feel like we now need to do a watch along of Raw tomorrow just so we can call the action while Noah's there.
He said his job got him some tickets.
Nice. That's awesome.
That is awesome to be appreciated.
We're not going to do it because it's way too last minute and trying to patch everything be too much chaos.
Yeah.
But if we had known more in advance, like we could have planned it out.
Sure.
You know, just like when we went to AEW and they did a watch along of the show we were at, it would have been nice to do a watch along of the show he's at as we take a look at this footage of Kevin Owens and the Demon Finn Balor. Not really sure what it is they're promoting here, but
just a little spotlight.
It's a flashback to I think the show in Japan. If I remember right. Oh no, it's TakeOver. Just kidding. So it's Brooklyn. Because they had their big title match in Japan there as part of the Brock Lesnar Beast in the East thing. Jay, they're showing Kevin here. I finally got an in-person look at the Owens and Zayn WrestleMania 39 costume figures. Fuck, dude, we gotta get them. We have to buy them.
I'm only bummed that they didn't put the gorilla on the tight.
I know. But that's easily fixable if you have the right person. So
I guess
just gotta find a really good custom figure painter or a hell of a decal maker, and you're good to go.
Yep.
If you're able to find that, though.
You know what? You'd be surprised all the kind of shit we've got here in SoCal. You go down to the boardwalk at Venice, man, you're good for everything.
For real.
Hell.
Okay. Was it just me? I'm sitting here, I'm watching the triple threat.
Yeah.
I see Gallus come out. Am I the only one that wanted to see the Rascals come out and help
No,
us?
you know, it's funny
you
you said
could have
that.
set up a match at Heatwave, the 3 Gallus members versus the 3 Rascals.
I had said before the show that, and it happened, West did not take the fall. Coffee ate the fall. This is going to be one of those things where West is going to be wandering around backstage, and the Rascals are going to come up and go, "Man, you look like you're frustrated. You want to change the scenery?"
Yep, you did say that.
I other than the match order, which got messed up with the last 2 matches because I had them in reverse during the predictions part of the pre-show. It's one of those things, Jay. One of my favorite sayings. It's not hard to book. It's just hard to finance. TNA is hard up for finance. The WWE is more than willing to help if it gives them content like this.
Yeah, for real.
So,
and you know, as much as the women's title match, I feel should headline.
Yeah.
I also was thinking in the back of my head that maybe the underground match should headline because of the fact that it's basically a UFC style match.
Yeah.
At the UFC Apex. You got to take the ropes off. So do you really want to have to kill time putting the ropes back on? That should either jerk the curtain or main event as we get a look at Wendy Chu, who will return this Tuesday on NXT. Kind of stoked to see what happens when she returns.
I'm intrigued as hell by that based on that last shot of her in the different makeup.
the landscape has drastically changed since she went out
Yes.
with injury.
Yeah.
So we can't have the goofy 2.0
No.
Wendy Chu anymore. We need a more evolved Wendy Chu.
No, I agree with that.
She's been dreaming clearly about a new nightmare that she wants to create in NXT to get her back in the NXT landscape that has constantly evolved. So I don't blame her. So that should be interesting.
So Noah, while you were off, I posed this, and I want to get your thoughts. While we were sitting there watching the triple threat match, Gallus came out obviously to help Joe Coffey. Am I alone in thinking that the Rascals should have came out to help Wesley?
No, not at all.
And then Oba seems like even more of a big badass because he held off 6 people trying to rush him to weaken him.
Yeah.
So Oba looks even more unstoppable.
Yeah.
Then you can set up a match for Heatwave, the 3 Gallus members versus the 3 Rascals.
Yeah, I think that just add more bodies to the pile to try and oppose the ruler, because it's going to take an army to stop him at this point. As I think it would be very fitting for the Rascals to see if Wesley still has that rascally nature, considering they're heels in TNA, but he's a baby face in NXT. Speaking of which, time to create some history. Time to see what happens when we cross the line and look for a takeover. What should be the main event, I'm going to call it that because, damn it, they should be and deserve it. It's time for the NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez defends the gold and honestly her pride of the NXT Women's landscape against the juggernaut of TNA, the Knockouts World Champion, Jordynne Grace.
It definitely should have been the main event, especially if what I think is going to happen happens. Like, you want to leave the show off with if you're going to do something.
You know what, though?
groundbreaking.
There could be a much bigger angle in store for the world title match than we're envisioning.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
They've got Jordan here. They've got Ethan Page, who's damn near fresh off AEW television. So yeah, this is going to be something. These next 2 matches, I love these still shots because obviously they can't use the TNA footage without a lot of back and forth on discussion. But the still images of Jordan with the old Knockouts title and just all this, and like I told JJ earlier in the week, guys, having TNA actively put out a tweet talking about Jordan appearing in NXT, I'm like, we are in a parallel fucking universe. It's bananas to me right now.
I don't see why they couldn't use TNA footage. TNA has been uploading her segments to their YouTube.
I was trying to think about that. I don't know. Maybe Premium Live event on Peacock or different licensing things.
That possibly, yeah, that's fair.
I'm just waiting to see if someone from NXT or even the main roster makes an appearance after this match to say that they are going to answer Jordynne Grace's open challenge come Friday at Against All Odds.
Yeah, I had hypothesized pre-show that whoever is going to accept that challenge from Jordan is going to influence the finish of this match, not just come out afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see. We shall see.
And obviously it's too late now for the viewers, but I highly encourage any of you guys out there watching, go watch the Roxanne interview that was done the last couple of days with Denise Salcedo. And listen to her discuss this match and what it means to her.
Oh, baby.
Completely broke character, but I love that shit.
Same.
I would rather get the person behind the gimmick when it comes to these things and the media scrums, as opposed to the gimmick as Big Mama Pump herself, the Juggernaut, your current reigning and defending TNA Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace, comes out to the ring here at the UFC Apex.
Again, both these women have defined themselves in their own battlegrounds. Both these women are trailblazers, history makers, leaders, but there is a premises when it comes to the TNA Knockouts division versus the developing NXT Women's division. This is going to be Roxanne Perez's greatest test to date in her young wrestling career. Not only battling for her name as the prodigy, but honestly the promise and the prestige she puts in to the NXT Women's Championship.
Let's just call it what it is, Noah. It is the face of the #1 women's division in the United States, taking on the face of the #2 women's division in the United States.
I'll give your NXT
Or
that.
who is the supreme leader?
Walter?
If Roxanne wins, what does that say about who truly is the dominant force?
I'm going to put an asterisk next to that because, in my opinion, if you're going to prove your superiority, you prove it the right way. I'm going to see how desperate Roxanne Perez is versus how capable she is tonight against the Juggernaut. It's going to take more than just a referee call. It's going to take how you get to that outcome to prove something to me that you are worthy for me to call you better, if not up there, with the letters TNA. And with that said, let's go to Mike Rome for the introduction of what is truly my main event.
Well, I mean, we're not gonna hear Mike Rome because we will get copyright. But let me just say this. Walter, you, I, and JJ were alive and fans during the year 2000 when we had the WWE contracted Taz versus the WCW contracted Mike Awesome in an ECW venue for the ECW Championship. Here we have upped it twofold. We've got a WWE contracted talent in NXT versus a TNA contracted talent in a UFC facility on a WWE PLE on Peacock.
It's amazing, isn't it?
This shit is bananas.
13 years of experience, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, 13 years of experience, guys. Jordynne Grace, 3-time TNA Knockouts World Champion.
That is one beautiful looking belt, by the way.
Damn fucking
well, yes, but Jordan's for sure.
Roxanne Perez, 8 years of experience, 2-time NXT Women's Champion, 64 days in her current run.
I am, you know, I've not been quiet. You guys have all heaped the praise on me, so I'm going to go ahead and take it and run with it. You know, former promoter, former creative booker, whatever you want to call it, of a women's wrestling company. This just makes my freaking day. We're getting to see this in 2024.
And we're
Did any of you have this?
All part of history.
Did any of you have this on your 2024 bingo card?
No.
Hell fucking no.
Any of us did.
No.
I mean, after Jordan appeared in the Rumble and the banter started going back and forth as the bell rings, I did think we would see her again, but nothing like this.
Yeah, nothing like this.
Again, this match is going to be a demonstration of how Roxanne Perez can once again overcome challenge. Clearly, this is going to be a battle of brains versus brawn. She is not going to outpower Jordynne Grace.
We're already seeing the power difference.
I want to set the cadence for this chant right now. NXTNA. NXTNA. That's how it should go.
Get that trending. Get that trending. Looks like though
we haven't even gotten a serious offensive maneuver yet, and the crowd is already chanting, "This is awesome." They realize the history they are witnessing here right now, gentlemen.
Well,
and we're calling it.
But TNA also was born here in Las Vegas, of course. Let's not forget the Palms brought back TNA at Hard to Kill, where Jordynne Grace regained the Knockouts World Championship for the 3rd time against Trinity.
Yeah, speed versus power. Which one wins?
Oh! Well, with a paintbrush like that, I think Roxanne Perez may not win in this exchange, but she might rile up the champion.
Yeah, is that really smart to smack somebody like that?
Well, if you can't exploit them physically, you try and exploit your opponent mentally, but I think Roxanne Perez is in over her head. Like, if you ask Booker T, he'll be like, no, don't worry about that, Big. I mean, Roxanne, she's got a plan, man.
She's definitely over in her head, but stuff like that may take Jordynne Grace out of her game because it's not something you would expect someone of Roxanne's stature to do to someone the size of Jordynne Grace.
To your point, she just bummed her in the eye, but Roxanne caught by Jordynne Grace. But Jordynne Grace will overcome adversity herself. Let's not forget the 5-match storyline with the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. Speaking of Deonna Purrazzo, it was the last time Roxanne was in an Impact Wrestling ring. She lost to Deonna Purrazzo, the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship, before coming to NXT. Big arm ringer, though, by Roxanne takes Jordynne Grace down from the corner.
Something happened.
And Roxanne right now teeing off against the Juggernaut, playing right now to her advantage that Jordan Grace is down on the mat.
You know, to the point earlier about
she's bleeding. I think she's bleeding.
Yeah. There's a gash coming out of her right ear. To your point, something happened earlier. Clearly, we'll see if that comes into play. Of course, that will affect her equilibrium. The more blood that she loses.
Perez doing the smart thing, trying to take a limb out. You isolate a limb on somebody who's got the power to you, and you take what their strength is. Usually, you take out a leg, but she's going for an arm.
Try to snap back the left arm. I don't think she got full extension though.
Take out the arm and you freaking take out the Juggernaut driver.
Exactly. You neutralize some of the core strength of Jordan Grace. We saw what happened with Stevie Turner. She got obliterated in less than 5 minutes.
I'm still trying to figure out where exactly Grace is bleeding from. I see it all over the mat, but
it's from her right ear. Big uppercut though. Roxanne Perez fall up in the corner. Armbreaker. Russian leg sweep. Trying to put down Jordan. Immediate kick out. Not even a 1 count.
Look at the size difference. She went for a Russian side sweep, and like she literally almost covered all of Roxanne Perez's body from that camera angle.
Depending on where the cut is on the ear, that could be some equilibrium problems here before if this match gets deep.
Exactly. Because again, the more blood that you lose, the more that you lose your focus. Of course, you lose your focus, you lose your balance.
All right, Perez, don't get cocky.
Roxanne right now in firm control of the challenger. Of course, Roxanne earned this title back at Stand and Deliver against Lyra Valkyria, already overcoming the likes of Natalya, Chelsea Green, Lyra, and Tatum Paxley in her current run. Once again, trying to bring Jordan Grace back down to the mat. Jordan Grace, though, waist lock, looking for a German suplex. Back elbow strike, though, by Roxanne. Slips out from underneath. And a chop block to Jordan Grace. Ooh. I'm very impressed with Roxanne's approach so far this match. Going for the cover again and getting a 1 count. And again, though, I sense frustration on Roxanne Perez here, though, JJ. There might be a sense of panic and desperation, I feel like still, because I think Roxanne still feels intimidated by Jordan Grace, if nothing else.
Well, how could you not feel intimidated by Jordan Grace?
Oh, Lord.
You know, to your point, Roxanne gives up 5 years of experience to Jordan. She's got a lot to prove. Jordan Grace has been around the block, done this, been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Mm-hmm. And Roxanne, 8 years is fantastic, but it's still like she's out to prove a point.
Oh, God.
Jordan Grace has stepped into her house, challenging for her title, with her teacher on commentary watching her.
Which puts all the pressure on her.
And to the opposite point, Jordan Grace, of course, defends the honor of the Knockouts division with the leader of the Knockouts watching her there at the facility, the first ever TNA Knockouts World Champion, Gail Kim. NXT Women's Championship, by the way, folks. Roxanne Perez is I'm almost frazzled. I was trying to say that Jordan Grace is actually the 64th TNA Knockouts World Champion in TNA history.
Yeah, and of course she beat Trinity, now known as Naomi, back in WWE for it.
Yeah,
way
Jordan
back
Grace,
in July of 2023.
Oh, Lord. Roxanne, a world of trouble. Jordan Grace got her hooked up on the second rope, fireman's carry position. Oh, God!
I just realized Grace is a month away from holding that title for a year.
And we really might be a 3 count away from a new NXT Women's Champion. Take a look at this. Watch the impact, pun intended, of Roxanne Perez.
Pun intended.
Hey, that was impact. I don't care what you call it. Again, we talk about the history, the trail of both these women. Jordan Grace, 3-time Knockouts World Champion, first ever digital media champion, first and only ever Clean Up the Mountain winner, first only ever knockout to win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Roxanne Perez, though, JJ, breakout tourney winner, Royal Rumble participant, NXT Women's Tag Champion, and of course, 2-time NXT Women's Champion. Both these women have owned their own battleground and collide tonight what could be the birth of a prohibited portal.
Can we really call it a tag team title reign? Like, that thing lasted a week.
It's still an accolade nonetheless. Plus, Jordan Grace was a tag champion, so I might as well go Avers beat.
That's fair. That's fair.
That was a
Jordan Grace
short
right now.
scoop suplex. Ooh,
And again, the pump kick answer by Roxanne Perez with no effect as Jordan Grace just keeps on slamming her to the mat. Now Roxanne's keying off against Jordan Grace against the left ear. Once again hooked up though. Up and over. Kick. Oh God, back elbow strike. Clothesline follow up by Jordan Grace.
But again, Grace's arm is already compromised. So did she do damage to herself by doing that?
What the hell is Jordan looking for here?
Jordan Grace is like the big bad wolf trying to destroy the house of the three little pigs. The question is, does Roxanne have the house made of bricks?
Was she about to do a vertebrae breaker?
Yeah, I think she was. And JJ, to your point, she almost broke that foundation with a ridiculous spine buster. Near fall.
She can't be the brick house. That's Camille.
I'm a little bit behind y'all. I just saw the spine buster, but keep on going.
I got you, brother. Yeah, I got you. Of course, again, we talked about before, Roxanne Perez, 64 days in her current run. Jordan Grace, 148 days in her current run. But Jordan Grace has held the TNA Knockouts World Championship a total 538 days in her TNA career.
That's a fair point Daniel makes in the chat. If Cora Jade hadn't got injured, this very well could have been Cora Jade versus Jordan Grace.
It's a big what if in an alternate reality, as we might be looking for a muscle buster. And Roxanne able to escape. Cazadora Bulldog down by Roxanne. We're going to follow up here, though. Woo! Spiked her head first. DDT with the legs. The cover. Kick out.
Wow, she hit her with a spiked Frankensteiner in the middle of the ring.
Now trying to pop the arm into the cross arm breaker, trying to hyperextend that left arm. Once again, to JJ's point, trying to neutralize the Juggernaut driver. You got to imagine if Jordan Grace hits that, we're going to have a new NXT Women's Champion.
You have to respect Perez's strategy here. It's smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to wonder what damage that short-range Frankensteiner did with the equilibrium issues she's already probably suffering from that ear injury.
And right now, Jordan Grace stomping the ear and the side of the head of Roxanne Perez. But Roxanne still trying to hold on to the arm. Attempted triangle, shoulders down, deadlift by Jordan Grace, up and over, draping armbar now. And Roxanne refuses to let go of the hold for nearly the entire 5 count.
Like a pit bull, she was holding on to that arm.
Yeah, no kidding. Jordan Grace has overcome the likes of Masha Slamovic, Mia Yamashita, Gia Shaw, Tasha Steele, and Sarah Brookside, and of course Trinity, to your point, during this title run. And Roxanne right now, once again, perched up in the second row.
I think she's going for the muscle buster again, Noah.
And potentially hold it again. Damage done to the arm and shoulder. Equilibrium factor. Looking to hook her up. And a muscle buster connects! Hit the cover! Shoot the half! Hook on the leg! New champion! No! Roxanne escapes!
I guess that move isn't banned in WWE.
So close. We almost crossed the line to TNA taking over NXT as Roxanne looks for a reprieve, rolling to the apron.
I thought they banned that move after Samoa Joe injured what's his name in NXT for doing the muscle buster.
I never heard that it was banned, but I understand what you're saying because I remember that whole controversy behind it.
Yeah.
Of course,
again, the vertebrae breaker was banned, and that just got brought back.
True, I remember that was used by freaking Cody Rhodes, I think, against Logan Paul or some way about that match. Oh, and again, Roxanne driving Jordan Grace side of the head to that ring post. Once again, looking to hook up on the apron, looking for Pop Ross possibly here.
Canadian
code red. Kanji hook rocks. Jordan Grace in position though. Oh, sunset flip, power bomb attempt. Jordan Grace still just too strong, but pulled down face first into the apron.
Dude, I thought she almost was going to go for a Canadian Destroyer.
Oh, God! That tornado DDT right there on the floor with the tope suicida. Now bringing Jordan Grace back inside the ring. And Roxanne right now might be looking to finish her off. Springboard moonsault. Look at the legs.
And no. She kicked out, but either way, her feet were pretty close to the ropes.
And now we're looking, and now you see Roxanne
crossface
implementing that crossface. Remember, she applied the crossface to win back the NXT Women's Championship against Lara Valkyrie. Stand deliver, added that to her offense. Jordan Grace though reversing the pressure, the shoulders down, and forced Roxanne to break the hold. Pop up. Oh God!
you got to think that if Roxanne had been able to beat her with that crippler crossface, then you think back of the comments that Jordan Grace made a couple years ago about how Benoit wouldn't be able to hold a candle to today's wrestlers to get beat by his submission.
Now, that would just been the definition of insult to injury. Whoa, God!
That's the definition of irony there.
And that's a hell of a way to counter the Code Red, a.k.a. Pop Rocks, dropping Roxanne face first. What a...
Yeah, that...
In a pack.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh!
And we know that Paxley has had her eyes on Roxanne's prize for the longest time.
That was almost like a widow's peak that she countered with.
That is
went
not
after the
yours,
Knockouts title.
Paxley.
She's stealing the
Paxley
Knockouts
just ran
title.
away with the TNA Knockouts Championship. Hey, wait a minute! What the fuck? Ask my elegance!
Oh,
what the hell is she doing here? Oh! John Jordan just went out to him and asked for the Knockouts World Championship. Are you
Here we go.
kidding me?
Get timeless Dana Brooke off my TV screen.
The hell is going on here?
TNA's here. I told you guys.
Back spinning back elbow strike.
Spinning back elbow.
Roxanne Rod, Jordan Grace with Roxanne Steamroller, Death Eye Driver. TNA Knockouts World Champion control, looking for the pump handle, trying to hook her up. Oh, what a counter! Zero Driver, the cutter, and Roxanne calls red. Pop Rocks 2, and Roxanne did it!
Wow, and clean in the middle of the ring.
Unbelievable.
I mean, a little interference and distraction, but pretty much clean.
And you call it what you will. I call it circumstances as far as towards the result affecting the mentality of the TNA Knockouts World Champion as an opposition from NXT and TNA. Both came into the night, but Roxanne Perez, I'll give credit due, she did it. Roxanne Perez just overcame the TNA Knockouts World Champion. That is a huge victory for NXT.
Roxanne Perez just did something that nobody on the Knockouts roster has done in over a year, and that's
I would still argue, though, that if Tatum and Ash didn't show up, we would have had a new NXT champion. As all hell broke loose in the entranceway.
What the hell was the point of that?
I think I know what's the point of that. One, Tatum Paxley wants the NXT Women's Championship, but honestly, Tatum Paxley just wants gold. And two, as much as I hate to say it, Ash Elegance has been on a roll and has been scouting Jordan Grace since she won the Knockouts World Championship. If I didn't know any better, I think we just figured out what the hell's going to happen on Friday.
What were you saying, Jeff?
I hate to say it, but tonight, the women's division of NXT just trumped the Knockouts of TNA.
What were you saying, Jeff? The question becomes...
It's all right. Noah gave my what I was going to say. It's question now is who's going to be the one to challenge Jordan on Friday, and it looks like it's going to be one of these two women. So,
I mean, it could also always be Roxanne, you know. Jordan tried to come into her house and challenge her for her title. Roxanne could show up and be like, I want your title now, bitch. I already know I can beat you.
That's fair, honestly. And I think that would actually add more stock to TNA because you got to imagine Roxanne definitely earned some respect from Jordan Grace and vice versa. Both those women absolutely killed it. That was a great match.
Speaking of
and
stock,
then you could have the rubber match at Heatwave.
Oh, yeah.
Or Slammiversary.
How much did Roxanne Perez's stock just rise for doing
tremendously?
I'm telling you, gentlemen, say what you want, Noah. I know it pains you to hear it, but the face of the number 2 women's division just crushed the face of the best women's division in the United States. At least for tonight, NXT is greater than the TNA Knockouts.
All it takes is 3 seconds.
I know it pains Noah, and I know it pains Dattila. I can't wait to hear Dattila review this.
Right.
Enjoy your moment while you have it.
I will. Go ahead, Jeff.
Tatum just came out there and was, grabbing on the belt because she did mention on Tuesday that the Knockout Championship was important to her. That was made clear by Tatum on Tuesday. And actually a hell of an interview segment. Tatum on Tuesday. Anyway, it was Ash's appearance that really got everything wound up. So Ash, as a TNA Knockouts roster member, cost her champion this match. So yeah, JJ's right. The NXT women's roster for tonight is the superior division. And you know Gail's going to be going back there and raising hell with some damn buddy tonight. Because Gail Kim don't fuck around.
You know NXT is putting on a hell of a PLE when I literally got every match wrong so far, and I'm still happy and pumped that I'm doing it.
That's why we do this stuff, because you just don't know. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, as we get ready for what's going to be the main event, damn it, fucking damn it. Damn it.
What's
fucking
wrong,
ass
Noah?
and Tatum. Bitch.
Come on, more.
Anyways, we get ready for our main event. Again, tremendous stuff in what could be the birth of a prohibited portal. We'll see what happens going forward in both NXT and TNA. I'm very curious to see what you might do now to oppose Roxanne Perez and her legacy, as once again the prodigy rises to the promise of her name. Roxanne Perez with the biggest win in her career against the TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace. I'm very curious to see what's ahead for the NXT Women's Division ahead of Heatwave. And I'm also very curious to see what Jordan Grace is going to have to say regarding this result Thursday night on TNA Wrestling.
I will also say I'm glad the WWE NXT announcers went with calling her Ash by Elegance. That was a nice touch. They could have done her dirty and said Dana Brooke, like some folks did, and but they didn't. So good on WWE for maintaining the integrity of the situation.
I have called her Dimeless Dana Brooke since she showed up in TNA with her wannabe farm gimmick.
Well, thank God that Paul Rubin ripoff didn't show up tonight, or I would have freaking ranted.
Yeah,
we get that guy look at Scotland. Look at that.
And if you want Noah to have to sing the theme song of your dominant women's champion, $25 super chat, and he will sing Roxanne Perez's theme song.
JJ, you're really pushing your luck this weekend, bro. Anyway, hi Tatilla.
That's my bad
fellow
for not saying that.
correspondent Tatilla in the chat, in case y'all wondering where she's at.
That was my bad. I thought I had sent it out. We had a lot of technology issues this morning at the studio before I came home tonight. So that was one of the things that got lost in the shuffle. My apologies.
It's all right. As we got an intermission, allow me just to once again recap everything. Of course, we made history in the first ever NXT Women's North American Championship ladder match. Kalani Jordan was able to claim the gold, outlast the field. But so Ruka, I give her the moment with that crazy soul snatcher off the ladder. We, of course, also had the NXT Tag Team Champions retain as Nathan Frazier and Asium defended successfully against Luke Giles and Carl Anderson. Lola Vice found a way to get a TKO win underground against Shayna Baszler. Sorry, Big G, damn it. And we also, of course, saw Obafemi.
What the hell is that?
I'm not talking about that. That's biggest trash. We, of course, saw, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Obafemi, the ruler of the NXT North American division. Oh, Jesus! I was going to say beat Wesley and Joe Coffey, but clearly Gallus is not done with Wesley. Probably blamed him for the loss. And, of course, we just saw Roxanne Perez with the factors of Tatum Paxley and Ash by Elegance coming into the freaking ecosystem, it seems. Roxanne Perez was able to beat Jordan Grace and retain her NXT Women's Championship as Wesley just got taken up by Gallus.
Say it again, Noah.
Fuck you. As we prepare for our main event here at NXT Battleground, here you see Cody Rhodes, of course, with a tweet about tonight's main event. Old friend, all eagerly for the page. We'll do against Trick Williams. Actually figured of a dashing down to Florida this week with a gift to see some old friends. You might see Cody Rhodes on NXT this week.
Old friends, new friends.
Dashing down.
Yes, go ahead. How about your NXT?
Because his hands up.
Matches coming up.
I wanted to know if that was gimmick infringement with Sexy Red's big sexy chain. Can we get Kevin Nash over to just jackknife powerbomb her and put her out?
I am for that.
Just get her off my damn TV.
I don't know.
Ooh.
There's a boundary, I think, to domestic violence, but that's a whole different conversation.
Everybody's
Anyway,
asking, where's Sean Spears Tuesday night, booked NXT?
Anyway, JJ, go ahead and tell me what's on your
match.
NXT this week, man. You got a lot of stuff coming up.
It looks like we got a Singapore King match between Dante Chen and Lexis King. We got the young OG Javon Evans taking on the chairman Sean Spears. We got Michin going toe-to-toe with Jada Parker.
That'll be a banger.
That's going to be all kinds of insanity.
Is that Jamal Hill?
That's Jamal Hill, former UFC lightweight champion.
He was so cold serious when they cut to him on camera. Like, okay, I'm on camera now. I gotta play it. He was like,
despite my blood pressure going up a few points and my ego bruised when it comes to what I believe the TNA knockouts still are, and we'll stand by that. As we get ready for our main event, time to see if Trick Williams whoop that era comes to an end, or if an ego will be bruised. Trick Williams defends the NXT Championship against All Eagle, Ethan Page. This is our main event.
I have two production questions since I'm sitting here I haven't produced an NXT one in a while. First of all, JJ, you know what to do when Trick comes out.
Yes.
When we get to the introductions, do I play the James clip?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a little worried. So since I didn't pull the trigger on Grace winning, is All Eagle really going to do this?
There's still room for a big old angle with Ethan Page being involved here.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about it.
I love that shot they showed at Trick.
AJ made the point on simply predicting as we hype this up, and Dattila echoing the sentiments. I look at the chat real quick, and thank all the baddies. The chat has been following along and engaged in the conversation. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. We do this for all of you, for all the biggest shows in WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA, and AEW, and other promotions like Mission Pro and NJPW as well. Thank you, Emmanuel, Big G, King, Dattila, everybody, the regulars, the newcomers. Thank you to everybody that's watching across all platforms here too. And Dattila echoing the settlements earlier about the Rascals. I think he might be onto something. It looks like Big G's tag teaming in on that. Everyone's becoming a Rascal tonight. Daniel talking about that Abraham and Shawn Michaels may make Roxanne Perez the belt collector. Honestly, that could be a very real possibility.
And also, don't forget, everybody, after this match, after the show's over, don't forget to tune in to NoDQ.com because Aaron has to talk about it. A TNA wrestler tonight. So make sure you go watch that after us. Watch the Tails recap as well. But watch Aaron's first only because he has to talk about a TNA-involved person in a WWE match. So it's going to be funny just to hear him try to talk about it.
Oh, boy. Poor Aaron.
The whole show is going to be hilarious because he doesn't cover TNA and he doesn't cover NXT. So he's going to have no fucking clue what he's talking about. It's going to be worse than when Dattila tries to do it because at least she's got me and her other friend who pay attention to NXT every week to kind of help carry her through it. Aaron's flying so low.
I keep telling him I'll step up and help with these recaps. Like, no, Jeff, I gotta go to bed. It's like, okay.
Yeah, think about that. The less he talks,
Aaron is jumping off of the cliff of Niagara Falls.
the less he talks, the sooner he can GTS on a Sunday night.
Hey, he's not wrong nor invalid.
And I can't help Dattila myself or even Aaron tonight because I left my back brace in the car.
Oh, damn. What she did there? That was a subconscious decision. Don't lie.
Well, as we get
you just
ready
want to watch the
event,
insanity ensue. You know
here
this.
Here comes All Eagle Ethan Page making his WWE in-ring debut.
How often do you say your debut is for the main title of the brand you're on?
Well,
so I will say this:
actually won the WWE Women's Championship in her debut match.
She
That's
did.
A fair point.
That's very true.
So did Paige.
Yep. So it's
I will say that since you guys, our commentary team for tonight is ahead of me enough, you guys can do the build up to the bell, and then once the bell rings, make sure I know, and I'll hit the James button.
Fair enough.
But JJ's first anyway because Trick will be out here momentarily.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to remember, I'm a bit of a delay on them, so he'll be coming to the ring before I even see him.
Well, don't worry. We'll figure that out as we got All Eagle Ethan Page here again, veteran of the game. Has not really held gold the likes of prestige of the NXT Championship for a long career. Most notoriously known as one half of the North, former TNA Tag Team Champions that held those titles in one reign for 380 days, over 400 days total, 23 successful defenses before losing them to the Motor City Machine Guns. The biggest difference between Trick Williams and Oliver Page, Trick Williams found the spotlight for himself and outshined his tag partner. Even Page was also going to take that spotlight from Trick Williams tonight. And Walter, go ahead and be quiet because JJ, it's time for you soon enough to once again whoop that Trick.
Yeah, I'm going to go on mute because I want to turn up the music.
Yeah, well, I'll admit, Def Rebel actually has a banger. He's got 5 songs for a while.
Well, JJ's watching on my feed, so I might be able to do his way.
Right.
That Trick, that's right. I like it. Yeah, dog. Duck it. I like it, man. Trick Williams, dog.
Well, MC JJ on the microphone tonight, folks.
It's somehow even more ridiculous without the music backing it up. I love it.
Oh yeah, man.
The acapella is just the best part.
That's Trick. I fear that's going to be an impromptu on the freaking wrestling karaoke one of these years. God
it has to be.
Emmanuel did ask if Roxanne's theme song has lyrics, and yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
So
I have no idea what they are.
That's what Google's for.
Google that shit,
man.
All right,
Google machine.
Another big fight feel.
That's why they're not supposed to build it.
Doesn't get a bigger spotlight than this. As I already am trying to wake up from a nightmare saying that NXT just beat TNA. Damn it! Time to get ready for the NXT Championship. Oh gosh, it's been a wild night. And we just had MC JJ also, so this night's got all sorts of ways.
As Mike Rome does his thing, some people would have taken Mike Rome, going to NXT and Alicia going to SmackDown as a demotion for Mike. Mike's been killing it, dude. I give respect to Mike Rome for taking
Mike is underrated for what he does.
He is. He really is.
Staring at Mike, what is up with the latest trend of like shoes with no socks? Like, what is this shit?
I don't know. I've always found that to be
I blame Ricochet for it.
Well, they should stop it if he's leaving the company.
I was going to say, speaking of blaming Ricochet, if rumors are to be believed, he may be saying goodbye at the end of the summer when his contract expires. And while Ricochet is Ricochet, and I don't want to kind of downplay him, but they don't really use him all that great, so whatever.
Right.
$1 million question is, what happens with Samantha Irvin when her contract is up? Does she leave like her man did?
Oh God, I hope not.
It's a wild factor, but it's something that has to be considered. NXT Championship graphic probably on my screen as we get ready for our main event here. Trick Williams defends the goal against all.
Here we go!
Perfect timing as my bell's rung and Evil Page right now mounting Trick Williams again. This is all about taking that spotlight that all Eagle Ethan Page is hungry for, the same way Trick Williams was looking to find out what his time was to come, and he finally sees it at Stand and Deliver, and following that, beating Ilya Dragunov for the championship.
Is it me or is Trick putting some pepper on these punches?
Oh yeah,
Trick Williams, he's fired up tonight. He's fighting not only for the title, he's fighting for all of NXT. Again, even Page said that Ava Reigns signed up the end of the Whoop That era. Williams coming right in though, catching Ethan Page. Nice scoop slam.
Well, will the emotions get the best of him and will he lose control?
Well, we saw what happened when emotions were at an all-time high regarding concern for the TNA Knockouts World Championship and the NXT Championship, but Tanner Backley and Asked by Elegance freaking arrived in the Apex. Trick Williams, though, caught going for that big Harlem sidekick.
Shoulder first.
Rope.
Into the steps. Shoulder first into the steps.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm going to see that here in a moment.
I'm ahead
God!
Of you. I'm ahead of you.
That was a hard Irish whip to your point.
All right, I'm going to pause for a second to get to... Let me know when Ethan throws the stairs to the table.
Yeah, sure thing. And Ethan Page smiling maniacally after that assault. Trick Williams, man, got driven through those steps. And Ethan Page right now is Trick trying to get back in the ring. This table. All right. Now he should be good here.
All right. Yep.
What did he say?
He just ripped the
Yeah,
table.
like, what did he say though? What did he say?
I didn't hear. I have my volume so low so that we can comment that I can't hear what they say.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. What you gotta do is you gotta get some noise reduction, microphone technology or speaker technology, and that way you can actually hear like I do. Because I still hear everything whenever I do this, which probably plays to my advantage. Yeah. Anyway, that's a different conversation. Technical 101, courtesy of your IT man, the simple man. Anyway, Trick Williams right now in a compromised state. Of course, Trick Williams comes in here with less than 3 years of wrestling experience. Ethan Page, though, has over a decade plus. Of course, we saw Trick Williams when he won the NXT North American Championship, Walter. He shortly lost it afterwards, right back to Dominic.
Yeah, immediately.
You dim-dum. Dim-dim. That's what Dominic
is. What is that? Double underarm hooks. Is he going to do a DDT?
No, he's turning. Oh, man.
Backbreaker.
Turn him around to a backbreaker over the knee. Ethan Page with the cover. Hook the leg. Gets a 1 count.
That was a unique move.
Well, again, also Trick Williams is facing somebody. Whoa! He is very unfamiliar with. And a cover by Ethan again gets a 1 count. Trick Williams knows the NXT landscape. He doesn't know much about All Eagle Ethan Page. Whoa, wow.
I wonder how much Tony Khan is looking at this and like saying, why did I let them go?
Well, I mean, again, the last time we saw Eagle Ethan Page, he won an I Quit match against Tony Nese. That was his last big accolade, and it was a Ring of Honor. He was trying to carve his way towards winning the Ring of Honor World Television Championship for his daughter. And somehow, Lee Johnson got the shot and lost. And Ethan Page got left behind. I think that was probably the very straw that broke the camel's back. He tried to seize the brass ring when he first signed to AEW. Remember, he was part of the Face of the Revolution ladder match during the pandemic. And right now you see Ethan Page with the waist lock, though, trying to compromise Trick Williams' breathing and his core. Again, still maintaining hold, squeezing as hard as he can, but Trick Williams still trying to drive his elbow between the shoulder blades in the back of the head of All Eagle Ethan Page.
Trying to get him to release the hold, but Ethan's got it tight.
Yeah, he's keeping him close to the inside of his body as well, so he's even adding more pressure to it. Those wrists are firmly locked in place.
Backing him into the corner now.
Yeah, sense of urgency by the challenger here. It goes back to that level of experience. The shoulder blocks again. Again, he and Josh Alexander, formerly called the North, were TNA Tag Team Champions for a year plus. But it was Josh Alexander that ascended the summit of TNA. 2-time TNA World Champion, the longest reigning TNA World Champion, the Iron Man, the standard of TNA Impact Wrestling. Ethan Page has never gotten to that spot. Like Camille Hayes was always him, but Trick Williams beat him. And now is the face of NXT.
So that by default make him him.
Yeah, but will him miss tonight in Las Vegas? Will he bust? Coming right back in, as you see right now, All Eagle Ethan Page. There's some empty seats there, I just noticed.
He can crap out.
Probably the UFC people, if we're being honest. Uh-oh, what the hell is this? Looking for a bookend, possibly. And Page right now. Oh, God! Able to rip him off, straight jacket toss. And right now, hooking up Trick Williams. Another power slam. Here's the cover, hook the leg, the other ring, a kick out by Trick.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that strong of a kick out. So how much has Trick been worn out?
That's also one of those things where a change of environment could renew a spirit or a career. We see it all the time between AEW and WWE. You look at AEW with Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, just to name a couple. You look at AEW to WWE and the likes of Cody Rhodes, Jay Cargill, and now we got Ethan Page here. It just makes me wonder who else is going to show up on Who Utters landscape. And now you got to add the conversation of TNA, possibly.
Yep, TNA.
I say the past going to repeat itself tonight. Trick Williams going to lose at 0D for a championship. Trick Williams once again trying to break the grip of All Eagle Ethan Page. The intensity in the eyes, the NXT champion. Once again, though, Ethan Page trying to maintain waist control.
Ethan's a lot stronger than he looks. He may not look like he's got a body, but you can see it.
You see how it does that razor's edge, the eagle's edge. Nice DDT, though, by Trick Williams. And that will definitely play into the counter factor.
That'll buy him some time to recover now. As both men are laying in the canvas.
Well, again, Trick Williams is facing his toughest challenge to date in his wrestling career that is still developing to this day. Again, this is our main event here at NXT Battleground Las Vegas for the NXT Championship. All Ego Ethan Page challenging Trick Williams. Trick Williams' first defense since beating Ilya Dragunov for the title at Spring Breakin'. And a little bit of offense right now for the champions. Keying off against Ethan Page. The Irish whip off the ropes. A big Harlem sidekick. Followed with another one.
Couple of Harlem sidekicks in front of the originator.
Nick Flatjack and a kip up. I'm sure Booker T can dig all that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can't do a spin of Rooney on carpet. Went for that rolling kick. And Ethan Page.
His version of the tip of the Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah, it goes to the outside. Well, again, it was Kofi Kingston that inspired Trick Williams to become a WWE superstar because of Kofi Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Irish whip reversal. Ethan Page set up and over. Good Lord. Into the barricade, into the NXT universe. Inside the UFC Apex, this fight getting downright dirty on the outside. Trick Williams in control. They're going to follow up. Oh, God.
Diving into the crowd.
Yeah, and against those steps, nonetheless, security breaking Trick and Ethan's fall. That could have been a whole lot worse.
What's that, 6'5" jumping over that?
Yeah, it's 6'5" height. Big rolling kick by Trick Williams. This is enough to retain a Battleground. No. Oof. Page gets the shoulder off the mat, breaks contact with the canvas before the referee can count to 3. Still alive in this very unique opportunity in his WWE, let's call it his WWE NXT debut. Big Williams, though, going up to the
some
top
resilience,
rope.
though. He's showing resilience.
Whoa, but took a little bit too long there, and Ethan was able to capitalize and drives his knee to the side of Trick's head. The same exact way he ran NXT. Hook in the far lane to gain the title. And a kick out by Trick.
Again, you want to go for freaking covers because then you have to expend energy to kick out. So you do wear an opponent out by constantly covering them.
Well, again, you also consider the fact that literally that sneak attack was the very first thing that Ethan Page did the Trick, that driving knee in the corner. Both these men right now teaming up against each other on their knees, middle of the ring, demonstrating how important it is to be the face of NXT, to have that spotlight. Trick Williams finally earned it. Ethan Page wants to seize it, thinks he deserves it, long overdue for it.
Ethan
They're going to hook him up, possibly for Eagle's Edge. Backslide out, though. Trick Williams, though, escapes. Now hooking him up, possibly for a bookend. Counter again. Went for the high kick denied. Went for his own high kick. Ethan Page connects to the shoulder. Looks to follow up. Trick Williams. Bookend! Rock bomb, sorts, electrify move. Hung up both legs. Two. No.
Most of us know it as the rock bottom, but since Booker T's right there, I went with calling it the bookend.
What's more effective, though? The most electrifying move, not named the people's elbow, or the 5-time WCW heavyweight champions, Buranagi. Ugh. I'll let the audience decide upon that. Oh, God. Close range combat on the outside. Trick Williams back into the apron while a clothesline drops Ethan Page on the floor. Again, there is not much room out there on the outside tonight here at the Apex.
Are those stairs about to come into play now?
Well, we saw the announce table so far has remained intact. I think that's finally going to change. Trick Williams right now hooking up Ethan Page. Possible suplex attempt through the table. Ethan Page counting it, though. Power slam through the table.
What is the referee at? Is he even counting?
I imagine he has to be counting at this point. But again, you got to consider some leniency here for the NXT Championship. But you also can't win the title out there. Only win it via pinfall submission inside the ring. And Ethan Page looking to capitalize on it. Will Page make history tonight at NXT Battleground?
Eagle's Edge.
We're going to hoist him up. Can he get it? In position. Ethan Page.
Got it.
Eagle's Edge connects. Are you kidding me? Cover to Ethan Page. No.
That move is one of the most protective. Well, the Razor's Edge. To see somebody kick out of it is really rare. I've never seen anyone kick out of when Scott Hall did it. I promise you, no one's ever kicked out of that.
Ethan Page is one of his fair share of matches with that move. I assure you, split second, 2 9/10 And even Page arguing with the referee, I think this ego might be looking to explode. Looking to be the end of the whoop that era. And Ethan Page teeing off against Trick Williams in the corner once again. Referee trying to create separation, though. Page has to keep his emotions in check to risk disqualification.
Ego may be your nickname, but you have to keep that in check if you really want to win this title.
What? Oh, God! Trick shot, cover! Trick Williams retains!
Out of nowhere.
Just like that.
I did not expect it to end suddenly like that.
And sudden impact, definition of the word.
That kind of came suddenly, no?
Incredible. Trick Williams proving a point like he is the face of NXT, and the whoop that era continues. First defense in the books. All ego Ethan Page, bruised and beaten and knocked out.
Gentlemen, we still got 25 minutes. I think we're going to get some other development here.
It would not surprise me if we get the little logo thing or somebody arriving on the outside. Again, take a look at this transition. The power slam for the announce table from the elevator position on the stairs. And to your point, Walter, this Razor's Edge, called the Eagle's Edge, released Razor's Edge power bomb, crucifix bomb, excuse me. And somehow, Trick Williams found a way to get the shoulder up before the 3 count. And all Ego and Page Eagle exploded, unloading. And that one moment he argued with the referee, bam! Trick shot. Trick shot found its mark, and Trick Williams got the 3 counts.
Just remember, folks, it's NXT. Beware the lower third.
Trick Williams in the
with
center of the
TNA
ring
might happen.
celebrating tonight. The only way you know how in Las Vegas. Still the NXT champion as NXT Battleground.
JJ would agree with
Battleground
me.
tonight.
JJ would agree with me. Can Lash just come out and just knock Sexy Red out like for Dancing with Her Man or something?
Please.
Pretty pleased with red velvet icing on top just to make it that guy.
Well, there's the lower third.
Yeah. About to say, in the meantime, Battleground has come to its conclusion. Peace found for Trick Williams. Eagles bruised and champions retained, but also a brand new champion.
Wow.
Too. As we leave you from the UFC Apex for the Regular Wrestling, JJ Williams, for Jeff Meacham, and for Mr. Bible with the Cruz, I'm the Seminole Foster. Thank you for tuning into our coverage of NXT Battleground. We'll see you next time here on the JMN Multiverse of Media.
Matthew with the take of the night coming out of this show. 6-match show, under 3 hours. Take notes, Tony Khan.
I mean, to be fair, he does 9 matches in 3 hours, 58 minutes, and 30 seconds. So hindsight's 2020.
Still.
And it didn't, and only the ending of that felt rushed as far as the match.
Well, they probably had to clear out. I mean, you know as well as I do, those buildings only give you so much time to do everything. So it probably wasn't okay, you got to clear out.
I would say that's true, except they're both under the umbrella of the same parent company. It's not like they're at T-Mobile or the MGM or the stadium.
But there could be, and as weird as it is to sound, there could be some kind of like curfew thing in Vegas as far as like live events on a Sunday.
Ding, ding.
Maybe.
You know, Fridays and Saturdays can run a little bit later because it's the weekend, but with people going back to work and stuff on Monday, not as much school's out for the summer, but like there could be something that events can't go past a certain time.
Is the NBA game still on?
No, it's over. Boston won again.
Spoiler.
105-98, baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Josh is going to keep
the loop,
on this. Josh is going to keep on this until the day he dies, I think.
What?
$2 super chat from Mr. Mansfield. Noah, say the thing. Did HBK make this year NXT yet?
He's still looking for that 100%. It's not there yet. Like I said, it's better than what it used to be, but there's still moments. You already lost points with that biggest trash on my screen.
He lost points.
No, I wasn't talking about it wasn't curfew as far as kids or whatever. It's just there's certain things there's a curfew in place for. Let me just say this though. If the NBA game was asking about that because Vegas is very much a betting, gambling town. They want people to have access to whatever they can. So if the city's going, can we get people back into casinos and playing and watching the sports? And so it could be any number of things.
Who's truly in control?
That's right. All right. I'm going to try to get eyes on Aaron so I can know when to say when here. There it is. Thank you.
Because I know they got the boss man.
All right.
Well, yeah. Like I said, he was gracious enough to give us the Twitter plug repost, so I'd appreciated that. So I don't want to overrun into his stuff. So
it looks like
thank you all very much.
5. So
at 5. Oh wow.
He's gonna start when?
In 5.
That don't surprise me. He usually does that.
Well, he always gives himself a good
5 on the video. So
he always gives himself a good 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what the situation is. But yeah, thank you everybody. We pretty much had every outlet running at least one person all show. That's always cool to see. Thank you everybody that tuned in to the oh Jesus Christ. Another $2 from Josh just to up the Chase U ante for Noah. So thank you for that, Mansfield.
Even though Josh isn't spreading the love around.
No. Yeah, Josh, you gotta contribute to both. I don't mind the money, but
Peacock is showing some kind of King of the Ring thing.
It's like I'm the Chase U guy, so if you're trying to contribute to Noah joining Chase U, you should be contributing to me.
That's right.
You're fool. Right. You are a fool.
King and Queen. What is this Peacock commercial?
I turn off the TV as soon as the logo goes off the screen because
most awesome.
They probably had the time booked till 7:45, 8 o'clock or whatever. So they're just running what they're running. Aaron is on. So I'm going to go ahead and say good night. Thank you all very much for watching tonight. Oh shoot! Sorry, you can hear him talking. My bad. I forgot I didn't have it turned off.
So have Noah
the voice of God. Anyway. All right. So really quick. Here we go. Quick and dirty. Meech's Musing, Stat Boys Sports Bar, Greg Cherry Show, all at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The Greg Cherry Show, of course, will have our announcement regarding the WWE Championship participant and Jack of all trades. JJ and I will be on Thursday instead of Friday, roughly 5 p.m. Eastern as usual. And then we do Simply Predicting for Clash at the Castle on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific.
Correct.
And then predictions for Clash at the Castle Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific.
No.
Not.
What time on Thursday?
Predictions for Against All Odds.
Against All Odds. Sorry, I said Clash twice. My bad.
Yeah, all right, Jeff. We got you, bro.
7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern.
Yep.
Immediately following Impact.
Yep.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so that's all Tuesday, Thursday. I'll have the graphics ready before I go to bed tonight. The shows themselves, Against All Odds, of course, Friday night. Clash at the Castle Saturday morning because WWE, even Paul Levesque, still hates us. We got Summer Lovin from MPW featuring our main event with Izzy Marino challenging for the championship. I'm so happy for her. That'll be Saturday night. And then, of course, open mic night, Saturday late night. It's a normal open mic night, as normal as we can get on that show.
And King will be joining us for the first time for my ATW crew.
I was going to say, we can't call it a normal one. We're going to have the debut of King A-Train.
That's true.
Nothing we do is normal.
That's
which
fair.
Noah's going to have to hype that up when he does his impromptu this week. Talk to him about it, hype it up a little bit.
I'm thinking I'll do that post Dynamite just cause, but also this week celebrates 1 year of AEW Collision, believe it or not. And I'm so pissed off I'm not going Saturday because they're doing Deanna Purrazzo versus Thunder Rosa no DQ. Fuck me.
We appreciate you making that sacrifice, brother. We know how important it would be for you to be there, so we appreciate you making that sacrifice.
It's all right. Price for
For the Renegade JJ Williams, Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, our pay-by-play man per excellence Noah Foster. I am the Renegade. I'm not the Renegade. I'm just tired of fucking saying the wrong damn name. Don't mind me. What's my name?
Something!
The boss, the name on the marquee.
Say my name and I'll go to sleep. I am West Coast Professor.
Jeff motherfucking Meekum.
There you go. That's who I am. Jesus Christ. Good night, everybody.
The Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
When that started that fourth quarter.